Okay. Captain's supplementary log. Stardate 60083. The U.S.S. Lovek has joined the Achilles in the wildfire in this not quite plane of existence, and we are currently trying to divide and conquer current objectives to find a way out. The Lovek and the wildfire are investigating certain spatial anomalies, while the Achilles is heading towards the Gre'thor station of where we are to hopefully talk them down and maybe somehow get them to leave. We'll see how that goes, but it's Klingons and an unknown space. End log.
This is a 5-threat game.
No.
We cut to the bridge of the Achilles as it thinks itself over to Gre'thor Station as it floats and bobs in the strange Understaren place that they find themselves trapped in. And on the view screen, it would seem that there is the lights of the Klingon battle station. No ships around it, but there is a fair amount of debris rising and falling in the quote unquote runic water. And there's this entire time as the thing comes into view, Captain Penn has this faint sensation that he's being watched.
Oh, I wonder where that could be from. Oh, I know he said Understaren, but from what German I know, Stern is not a word.
Saren is not a word in German.
Yeah, that's why it just annoys me a little bit. It's like, the first part is German, the second part is definitely not German. Okay, comms, see if we can open communications with the station.
That would be control plus engineering, difficulty of 1. Assisted by ship's comms engineering. Also, as I recall, you have all your staff back. It's just that a few of them are down in medbay at the moment.
Yeah, it's the nurse, the doctor, the Ven are all in medbay. Thralick's down in medbay as well.
Yeah, it's Aza, Thralick, Varuk, and Ven are in their little conclave.
Yeah, Rylov was doing...
Okay.
telling people to not think about dumb shit. And Alan was back in...
giving them a security brief on the power. Yeah, apparently.
And then dumb shit happened.
Yeah. So, NPC.
Oh, okay. I guess Arlen could be on the... maybe I just misheard.
Oh, Arlen could be on the bridge.
I'm still on duty, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're either on the bridge or in engineering, whichever one suits.
What is our current objective? That would
Talk down the Klingons, give or take.
I'm gonna be on the bridge just for this one.
Boop.
And just remote into the engineering.
Well, that's what the internal systems console has. It's aligned to main engineering, among other things.
And we're not gonna redline the communication array.
Mm-hmm.
Who's taking the role?
I believe that's Arlen
I shall do that.
and the ship.
Okay. Roll engineering. And what is this pertaining to?
Communications.
Communications.
Yeah.
Okay. Start for the protocols. Focus.
I'd take that. Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing a standard hail. You're just running into it. You're just running into a bit of interference because of the weird environment you're in.
In that, nah, I don't think that there's any traits I can really throw out that sensory diff one. So, take a threat.
Certainly.
Get that reroll. Old. Go fish.
You have found an open channel, but while you have that channel, you hear something. You detect a strange transmission coming from some distance away. You can't ignore it, but you kind of find it. You kind of hear the interference with something else was talking on the same frequency, but it's far away enough you can kind of just locally overwhelm it and talk to the station. But someone else is on this particular frequency.
Based on the signal strength, can I determine in what range band the signal source is?
For momentum, I can totally tell you that.
Yes, please.
It is. Whoops. Damn it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's probably the same hyperspace one.
Yeah, probably. But it's good to know.
Okay, so medium. Extreme. Extreme +1. Extreme +2.
Okay.
Super far away. Like
And that's
you barely detected it.
And that's after us and the station's ahead of us. So the station's even further away from the source.
It's aft starboard.
Okay. I'm gonna mute the channel so they don't hear us. Captain, I have a signal. I have a channel open, but it appears that there's someone else on the same channel as us. Someone from extreme range, but we can overpower them. But they might also hear this conversation.
Do we have an idea where this communication is going to?
Unknown at this time. It is aft starboard at extreme in plus +2. I could get a closer look at it.
Work with sensors, see if you can triangulate who they're talking to and where. Just don't say anything too loud.
Yep, and be advised, I can't be sure what they can hear over our conversation.
Understood. Unmute.
Mute. Channel open.
Gre'thor Station. This is Captain Pend of the U.S.S. Achilles. Do you read?
then something happens.
course.
Yay!
Something happens.
By
Shi-
a full mitt.
Shields are up, by the way.
Call before you drop the dice.
Oh, you're at yellow alert currently?
Yeah, since we've been down here, we've been at yellow alert.
Okay, I'll update my map then.
Because we also got attacked by the Gre'thor
Piranhas.
creatures as well, or the Stovercore creatures that we had to shoot with the broadside.
You're welcome.
I know, yeah, but it's one of those. We're at yellow alert because we have been attacked.
Yeah.
And then this might do nothing because your shields are up.
Were you trying to catch us with our pants down?
You're probably still okay though. Yep.
Yeah, it's 8 resistance as standard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 raw.
Ping.
Your shields go down a little bit. A whole single point. Your shields
Oh.
flicker.
What was that?
It seems that happened on the sonic wave band. Something tried to sonically attack the ship or something on the ship, and the shields caught it.
I don't like that.
Okay, let's try this one last time before we have to try a different method. Gre'thor Station. This is Captain Pend of the U.S.S. Achilles. I am here on behalf of the Federation, House Subgitar, and the Klingon Empire. Please respond.
Presence plus command. Difficulty of 3.
Okay, so the 3 traits I'm going to put to you are Tiger of Narendra,
Pulls it down to 2.
Commanding Presence,
Diff 1.
and because we've just been apparently silently attacked, Eldritch Punter.
Surprisingly, no.
I'll give you a threat for a reroll, please. A focus in diplomacy.
Yeah?
And would you say this is some form of a social interaction or conflict?
I would, yep.
Okay, so I get a free D20. No, I get a free reroll. If only I could read. Game 2.
You're met with that long pause again. Then you hear crackling through. I am Sug Hegbroch, son of Nox. If you're trying to talk to command, you are speaking into Well, Gre'thor, I suppose. There's no one there.
Ah, okay. I assume you're dealing with issues from our current surroundings?
I am dealing with a station that's falling apart and unable to move it because it seems to be stuck in some sort of gravity well. Several decks are filled with toxic waste from the various failing systems. And every so often, something tries to either eat me or destroy my mind. You are the first non-Klingon voice I've heard in years. I did not think you were real. So I was not trying to insult you. I just wanted to make sure you were actually there.
Well, luckily for you, it takes more than a little bit of the silent treatment to insult me. As it stands, our current situation can be modified, if you wish to believe me or not, with the power of thought. Psionics, if you understand the concept.
I've heard of it. It's something the priests do.
Yeah, the very simplistic answer, because I'm not psionic myself, is if I think for my ship to move, my ship moves.
That's dumb.
Tell me about it.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it made no sense to me until I thought of my ship move, and my ship moved. So, would you try to raise your station by thinking of raising your station? Just humour me if you would.
It's dumb. He mutters on the other side. He's attempting to do a check. Would you like to give him any momentum for extra dice?
Yes, because if he passes, it'll build up some form of trust.
He's just moving the station a little bit up, so it's a very simple thing for him to do. However, he's incredibly incredulous of this idea. He obviously thinks this is magic mumbo jumbo nonsense.
I don't blame him.
Even though, so he's at diff 3 total.
Could I direct him? Like, tell him how I did it and see if that helps him?
No, he's willing to talk to you. He's not willing to submit to your command.
Yeah, that's fine. He can spend what he needs. I just need him to trust me after the roll.
So if he does one threat and all your momentum, he gets all his dice.
Sure, go for it.
Boop, boop. I said boop, boop, damn it. Come here. Oh, you made it.
The shock sound there.
Yeah, he's probably got the worst stats to make the roll.
That's also true, yeah.
You gain a momentum. And on the view screen, you see the station start to rise, and you see the water rise with it. And you actually see it stop. Like it's almost like there's this small hill that it's sitting on of water. That's weird pustule of ocean that's resting up top. So it's above you relative to you.
Oh, it looks like the water rolls with you as well.
Well, I think. Well, it didn't get me out of the gravity well, although I'm not sure why that worked.
Yeah, join the club.
All right.
Well, initial reason why I was visiting Gre'thor is On behalf of House Subgitter and the Empire, there's an offer for you to join them and gain future honor, if interested.
If this was a few years ago, I wouldn't be the one talking to you, but I probably would have tried to shoot you or stab you. Being honest. But at
That's
this
fair.
point, on this rust bucket, sure. Why not? Especially if you can get me out of here.
Awesome. Well, we're working on methods, and the 2 other Federation ships are working on methods. The only thing I would ask is don't think of anything that can attack us, because we were attacked by creatures and had to fight them off with cannons.
I didn't even know you were out here.
Oh,
That does explain why I keep being attacked every so often. Maybe I stopped thinking about stuff.
well,
I won't get attacked anymore.
yeah, whoever's on there, stop thinking about things that will attack you or make it worse. I know.
That's assuming I'm the only one here.
How many people should be there?
Somewhere. Well, we were supposed to have at least 1,000 strong. But I think we had less than that. So somewhere given everything that's happened, we should have had around 800 or so. But I don't know how many are here now. Everything that I've ever run into here has tried to kill me.
Fair. If you don't mind me asking, this seems like another strange question considering everything. Are you currently in communications with anything else?
Well, no. I've tried, but the problem with siding with House Button on is being cut off from the Imperial subspace net. And since the Federation's an ally, it means we can't use your subnet. So if I was going to talk to anybody, I was hoping Federation would hear me, but I guess not.
Yeah. Well,
I did try. Have you encountered any fighters in the area? Some people had fled from the station to get help.
I believe the wildfire did, but we don't know what happened after the small crafts came out. Because we also ran into a minefield.
Ah, wow. Did it kill anyone?
About 2 people?
Damn it. I worked really hard on that.
I mean, it was impressive. Like, good placement.
Should have blown up an entire starship.
Maybe next
Said we
time.
should have used plasma, but no, apparently too expensive.
Just can't get the supplies.
You hear muttering on the other side. Then you hear a loud pang noise. Ow, damn it.
What's the state of the station, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, half of this junk doesn't work, and when it does work, it's fairly unpredictable. Mechanical things seem to work fairly straightforward. It does seem that there's some sort of temporal effect on some of the decks, so I don't go there anymore because that's why I'm been here for years instead of months. However long. What is the star date anyway?
What's the star date you last remember?
He says 60022, if I have your star dates right.
Okay. Currently, considering we're in this mess with you, our last is 60083. So you've been here for a little while.
It also means that my chronometer needs to be changed. Might as well change that now, assuming yours is right. But I'll set 2 of them. Why not?
Would
Won't hurt
you
anything.
be opposed to me sending over first a security team to secure your location and some engineers to try and help fix and get an idea of what's happening?
I don't mind, but you might. This place is... If what you say is true, then maybe most of the dangers on the station are just in my mind. But I don't know how much of that is my own delusions or how much of this is actually the station or this place. This room I'm in should be safe to come into, though.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If we send at least some security personnel to help secure the area and a couple of engineers and maybe a scientist, we can discern what's actually damaged and what's saying it's damaged.
They should probably bring some sort of breathing apparatus. Some of the areas have toxic fumes in them still, so if they want to move around, I wouldn't. Eva suits might be a good idea. I wouldn't bother, but I know some Starfleet people are flimsier than Klingons, so.
I know the feeling. But yeah, better safe than sorry. I'll get 1 or 2 teams ready for beam across. How large is your location at the moment?
Not very.
How about surrounding area?
I can't. Wait. Let me think. For momentum and a threat, he might think of something.
Sure. I like advancing the plot.
There is a cargo deck just below where I am. It'll be messy, but breathable air, gravity still works. And if they need to get to where I am, there's an access ladder they can get to. I can just open the hatch and wave at them or whatever.
Understood. Send us the location and we'll let you know when people are about to come across.
Acknowledged.
Do you have anything else you wish to inquire about before we proceed?
What's the name of your ship again? I didn't write it down.
The Achilles.
Achilles. No, that's everything.
Very well. Again, you'll receive a communique probably in 10 to 15 minutes.
Acknowledged. Achilles.
And we'll just cut the comms.
During that, Ryloff
Yes.
can perform a presence plus security difficulty 2 to establish the that he's done the briefing by now and gotten the crew to kind of, as a whole, be a lot more careful with their thoughts. You're looking at 14 as a target number.
Okay. Paranoid. Still a thing.
That will help actually. Diff 1.
Okay.
Some of the species you brief actually respond well to it.
I mean, kind of fair. Okay. And then I'll give you a threat and go from there.
Give a threat. That's your roll.
Yes, sir.
One hit, one complication.
You said it was security, so I get to reroll that.
That's a hit. Gained a momentum.
Hey.
See, by this point, you've finished briefing all relevant department heads and sub department heads to make sure everyone's on the same line and why they have to do it this way and that way, and they percolate that idea through. So you're able to come up to the bridge with the advantage active that the crew, you will not run into any random crew problems with thinking about stuff. Because funny enough, there's actually certain Starfleet protocols about this sort of thing. Because this happens to Starfleet vessels from time to time. At least this particular kind of threat. Control your thoughts, or they will control you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you step onto the bridge around this point as Arlen, working with someone on sensors, tries to figure out something.
Fen, would you like to grab Brymek?
If someone wants to grab Rymac to help Arlen with the roll. Reason plus science difficulty.
I will do so, as I'm currently not about.
So extreme. I said extreme 2, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so extreme 1, long, medium. So plus 3. Wait, no, 4. So reason science, diff 4, assisted by sensor science.
Did you want to lead on this and I assist?
Sure.
Senior GM, would it be possible for me to assist with tinkering, as I am fixing the sensors and optimizing them to see that far out?
Yep, I'll take that.
And engineering or no?
For the assist, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Rest up to you, boy.
Okay. Take 2 threat, 1 momentum. Sensor operations focus.
I don't know. That seems kind of broad. No, go for it.
Well, I generated 2 momentum. Quash that comp.
According to your combined sensor reading, and this was happening while Penn was talking. You're both able to discern and confirm that the signal it seems to be a broadband distress style broadcast. So it's not trying to talk to anyone in particular. It's trying to get somebody to respond.
Which is why it's coming up our signal, because it's screaming as loudly as it can.
Yeah, it's screaming as loud as it can, and it's probably doing it on multiple frequencies. You just happen to pick one of them. I will say that the frequency you're on isn't distress frequencies that the Federation uses, or any alpha beta quadrant species, because you would be familiar with Klingon Romulan distress bands.
Yeah.
This is on like a regular talking channel.
Could I run an analysis of that and see if it does match up with any other polities distress bands?
I'll give you back the momentum. No known polity uses them, because you use a frequency that's as easy to hear as possible. This one is kind of in that mid range of most people can hear this. But distress bands go into the areas that most people don't bother with, and they leave them alone because they're very good at being used for blasting a really loud "help me" message. If anything, if they were on a higher, most bands, you pretty much go as far as you can. or rather as low as you can to make it as easy as possible for people to hear, even if you have like a 100-year-old subspace transceiver.
Because lower or bands are take lower energy to hear, that kind of idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're actually using too much. They're using an inefficient frequency for distress, and most people wouldn't bother unless there was some cultural relevance. Like the Ramans use a particular frequency because it has cultural significance as a number.
It's a
that
lucky
sort of
number.
thing. It's like it's the distress number, and that's just been used forever. It's like, well, we just kept it because that's what we use. Federation's similar. It's like, well, that's what we used to use 100 years ago, so we just kept. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, we kept using that number, so we figured just keep it. Why not?
It's a number that's been around since the Exodus, so
Huh. Interesting. Do we detect this distress signal on any of the conventional bands? The conventional distress bands, or is it only isolated in this weird mid range?
It's in this weird mid range.
Okay. Sorry to steal this from you, Rymac, but do you have any questions?
It's good. I'm good.
It appears to be automated, so it's not really causing issues. Can we pick it up on like a different transceiver and boost it and try to translate it?
Can we?
Like isolate a signal from the conversation Penn's having with the Klingon and amplify it so we can get a language translator on this?
Well, I would say momentum, but for a threat, you could hear you could manage to scrub just a little bit more, like actually hear some words that the translator can use.
What if I were to take a control engineering role instead of threat?
It would be, especially if you wanted to get more. 1 second. While I'm looking this up, Ryloff, you have stepped onto the bridge at this point while Penn's just closed the comms.
Lieutenant?
Captain.
How did the briefings go?
About as well as one might be able to expect. There are Starfleet protocols for such a situation. It's just a matter of explaining the significance and severity of such things.
Well, as long as the crew got the general idea of not think of anything, it should lessen risk.
This has been achieved, Captain.
I may be asking yourself and or the commander to form an away party to the station. I'm just trying to decide on who would be best fit.
Very well.
I'll reach out to the commander in a moment and get her opinion.
Conveniently, she's now here.
Yeah, because you're in medbay, aren't you?
So Arlen, to get this to scrub that signal and fiddle with it enough that you can kind of make it hearable and understandable for the computer to start playing with. It'd be reason engineering, work 20, magnitude 4, resist 2, difficulty 4, and you'd had 5 attempts at it before eventually it's just, it's going to take, it's like eventually you would get it, but it would take weeks, and at that point it's not worth your time.
Okay. I'm gonna present this option to the captain at least once he's off the call.
If you think you can do it within a reasonable amount of time, give it an attempt.
I'll give it I'll give it at least a 4 or 5 tries before or we give it up. But we might learn something from this, especially since it is a unusual frequency. This might be a first contact situation.
Understood. Lieutenant Ryloff, can you oversee this research while I go and talk to the commander?
Yes, Captain.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna head off the bridge and head down to Midbay.
Yeah, when you look over Arlen's shoulder, Ryloff, you see the mess of various frequency changes and amps and DGOS and clear, and it's like there's a lot of layers of trying to make a very cruddy signal into something usable. Which actually, from your as I recall, you used to be a subspace relay officer.
Yeah. So,
Oh, Lieutenant. Yes, I was asked to analyze the signal and try to clean it up. I'm being very socially awkward.
You do that, yes.
I was under the understanding that you've had previous experience with subspace radios.
It is a part of my training, and I was later stationed on a listening post along the Federation border for some substantial amount of time, picking
Would you
up
be willing-
and identifying
to-
stick signals.
Would
Go
you be willing
ahead.
to offer your expertise?
As much as they might be useful, yes, Lieutenant.
I will point out that if Ryloff's the main roller, his trait of defector actually acts as an advantage.
Well, it's one trait for you.
Actually, even if it assists, because even if he assists and tells you stuff, that'd be good. But
yeah.
it's like, have you tried this? Like, oh, actually, I never thought to do that. It's like, well, yeah, if you don't spend years sitting around in a listening post, you wouldn't. Why would you ever need to know that?
In that case, lateral thinker error trait.
That would
Think
work
of
as well.
All sorts of different ways of looking at this. Fast thinker, maybe get this done quickly. Or
I'll give you one free task, so you have 6 tasks instead of 5 because you're a fast thinker.
yeah. Or maybe like spend it, or spend 1 momentum to half the interval.
You could as well, Strap.
Okay.
For the defector bonus, are you putting that toward resistance or difficulty?
I'm thinking resistance. Yeah, resistance. And limit pusher, kind of a stretch there.
No.
Yeah. And of course, reckless and ADHD traits.
Second trait won't help or hurt. First trait, I don't see it helping or hurting you.
Okay.
Hard to be reckless with a radio. I mean, it's possible, but you know.
It's possible, just not in very helpful ways.
Also, could we take this? Could we do this in the engineering lab?
Say again.
Could we do this task in the engineering lab?
You could. You are the you two would have to leave and go and leave the bridge to Shishishware.
I'm open for that because then I can use my lab rat talent, and I'll get progression 1 on the challenge dice.
So you two will step off the bridge.
Yep, I'll step off the bridge.
I presume Ryle, if you follow along.
Yes, have fun with that, sure.
Scene ends, and we move to the med bay. We'll catch up with your engineering lab work later.
Yep.
Thralic, Aza, Varuk, and Ven. I presume all of you are present.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
47.
You think... it took me a second to remember. In the cartoon version of the show, there'd be just the number 47 just markered on his face.
Like lots of them floating around like birds.
The four of you, as you're having your conversation, suddenly find this. You feel like the pit of your stomach just kind of shifted like a foot to the right, and then like snapped back into place, and it's just this unsettling feeling that you're being watched. You can even hear your heart kind of thumping a little more clearly than normal.
Ugh.
I think Thralic visibly looks around. Her first instinct comes from security training.
I can take a threat for ESP.
Sure. We're at 36. What's the worst that could happen?
So you remember what I said at the tail end when the camera panned away about the gate being iced over?
Yes.
Yeah, you see that.
Oh. Okay.
Like you turn your head and for almost like a superimposition on the aft part of the room, you can see that happening.
Do I see it actively icing over, or do I see that it is iced over?
That it is iced over.
Okay.
Like you see it ice over, and then like it was rather
Gotcha.
rapid. At the
Alright.
speed of thought, one might say.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool. Not sure what to do with it, but I'll tally it up with all the other things.
Brooke sort of steadies himself with his tail, sort of puts his hand on the bio bed. Ugh.
You all feel like you're being watched.
Yeah, like the hairs on the back of Ace's neck stick up, and she feels like she's marching through the swamps of Bajor, unsure if there's a Cardassian patrol stalking them or not. Does anyone else feel a little
Yep.
odd?
Yep.
Very much so, counselor.
Mm,
Okay.
I do not like this.
What exactly should we do about this?
For a brief moment, I thought I saw the gate. Or I saw the gate with the ice.
Varuk is going to close his eyes again and see if I can determine the source of this feeling.
Insight plus con difficulty. I hate to make it this high, but it makes sense. Insight con difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We
gross.
assist in any way if we're talking him through it?
You could,
Right.
yep.
I think
I mean,
I look at the team and I say, well, our thoughts have power here. That's one thing that I know. So the four of us, if we work together, we can try to work through this.
yes, it's a good
reason.
idea as any.
Oh,
An old Bajoran proverb that friendship is magic.
Exactly how much shit would I get if I actually made a character with that value?
It's good value.
It is a
Yeah.
good value.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm
My
gonna.
friends are my power.
I'm actually gonna double down, and I think I'm gonna reach out a hand, a paw to Thralic.
I'll accept.
I will note that Varuk's hand feels rather warm and, well, furry, because cat. And Thralic's hands feels especially cold.
Why don't we all clasp hands and do this together? Asa will offer her hands to Frolic and Ven then.
Asa's hand feels it does feel a bit rough from constant work, but it does feel steady.
Yeah, it's definitely calloused.
And Ven's hands feel fairly smooth and soft. And there is a tiny bit of a shiver, but it steadies itself. That sort of firmness that comes from going through the Starfleet Academy, you know. You're trained to deal with the unknown, and well, this is as unknown as it gets.
I sort of look at everybody.
I will point out though, once Ven's hands is clasping Asa and Varuk, and you're all connected, all four of you feel anchored, and the feeling that heartbeat thumping goes away.
Well, it appears we've made progress already. Of some form.
No one try to overexert yourself. No one just try to clear your mind of any other ancillary matters. Just calmly, slowly reach out. And Varuk will close his eyes.
All right, let's gun it, or go for it.
All right.
Well, my con, I actually built I might have referred to this previously, but I actually built a con with a character with a con score of above 1. It is 2 though, so
that is above 1.
It certainly is. Composure as a focus here.
Yes.
Research.
It'd be a comp increase for your assist roll.
Nope, not worth it. Oh my god. My challenge die roller still has 47 in it from last week.
Forgot I did that.
Rip.
Guidance as a focus.
Yes.
I'm going to spend determination towards a value. Curiosity never killed anything.
I'll give it to you. Yep.
I'm not gonna give you any threat or anything. Okay, so this is plus 2.
Roll here.
Yep. Just need one hit.
Yeah. Reroll that 17 if you'd like from advisor.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
It's a 19.
And you also generate a bonus momentum from my maximized efficiency talent.
Cool.
Yes, I know author.
Okay. I think that's everything.
The four of you kind of close your eyes and you think and you think and you start, is it over there? No, it's not over there. You think it's this? No. And you kind of find yourselves eventually as you're talking, you find yourself kind of talking as a chorus as you start as your minds start linking up a bit. And then as you get more and more in sync, it snaps and all of you say the exact same thing. The gate. The
Are we-
eager frontier.
Eager frontier.
At least,
what I
well, at
call
least it's not. At
Achilles.
least it's not the final frontier.
How? Rollick, you said that you saw the gate in a vision or something?
When it first felt like we were being watched, I glanced around and I thought I saw it briefly.
Hmm.
The gate iced over.
Not sure if there's some sort of intelligence at work with the gate, but it seems like we are being watched by the gate nevertheless. I think could probably, I mean, I was able to freeze an entire wave of water. We could probably apply the same concept to unfreezing the gate. I don't want to do anything without getting further approval, though.
Anything with that bonus momentum before it flitters away.
Oh yeah, I have a question.
Hmm.
The presence that is watching us,
Mm-hmm.
is it malevolent or benevolent?
I'll take that momentum. Indifferent.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting.
well,
And you walk into the med bay.
Captain.
Well, that room is probably closed.
They eventually tell you they're in exam room too.
Never mind.
Ah, thank you. I'll walk over and open the door.
And you see them
Actually,
all holding
yeah.
hands in a seance circle.
oh,
Oh, why do I keep walking on this kumbaya shit?
Lol.
Is Pend entering like break our concentration or anything?
No, unless you released hands, no. You're all fairly. You feel very anchored to each other right now.
You,
Yeah,
um,
can I actually say that I did say captain before Pend walked in?
Yep.
Okay.
we're still like aware of the outside world though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Asa will like motion for the captain to come here and join them in the circle.
I'll note for you, Pen. By the way, when you open the door, they all in unison, as best as they can, because they're all kind of have to look over her shoulder, but still.
Yeah. I'm not going to join your little one of us circle. I need to talk to the commander.
Of course, sir.
So,
I'll let her go then.
yeah, I will release the hands from Thralic.
You hear your hearts loud, but only because you normally can't hear your own heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll, turn to Pend and say, is this a private conversation, sir?
yes and no. It's more of possible operations.
You can
Counselor,
take
may
my
we use your
office.
office?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Thank you. And I'll step out and head over. Technically, you have two offices, Counselor. I'm electing. This is the one that you meant.
Well, it is now.
Yeah.
The faint smell of constantly burning incense tickles your noses.
And because it is a room where, like, what do you call it, therapeutic conversations come, there's definitely a noisemaker in there, having like ocean sounds or something so that people can't listen in.
Yeah. Sir?
It's the oceans.
Before I talk about operations, do I need to ask what was happening in that room?
Polyamory, sir. No,
I mean, that would be expected. It's normal. Also, it's fine. Anyway,
Jeez.
Polyamory is valid. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yep.
Where were we?
Do I need to ask what was happening in that room, or do you even have an explanation?
Best explanation, sir. We were gathering intelligence.
Sure. Okay.
Attempting to determine the source of an unusual feeling, and in this space, that seemed worth pursuing with the easiest tool we have available for such here. And Throlix kind of shrugs, like, I don't know.
Yeah, and you're saying that to the person who does not care about psionics.
Uh-huh. Throlix thought she was that person too. Until like a year ago.
Well, let's. I'll let you get back to that in a moment, but for now, we've reached out to Gre'thor Station. The SOG in charge seems agreeable. Station's in a
Surprise.
bit of disarray, and after moving his station with his mind, believes that things are a bit skew with.
Naturally.
And I've got him to agree to allow us an away detachment of security, an engineer, scientists, medical personnel to try and secure the area and find out what's working and what's saying it's working.
Sir.
So, is that something you would like to lead up, or something I should leave to Lieutenant Rylov?
I'd be more than happy to lead an away party, sir.
Very well. Put together one security squad and one general squad. That way we can secure and actually find out what's going on, and if we can secure the station and get it working, it may offer us more avenues of information.
Right. Anything specific we should be on the lookout for on the station, Captain?
Apparently, some of the rooms are suffering from time dilations, some are filled with poisons and other dangerous substances, possibility of up to 800 Klingons, things keep imaginarily attacking them.
Right.
Yeah. So, considering our crew has been fully briefed on don't think about shit, it should allow us to secure and move out from there.
Alright. I'll assemble a team then.
I would recommend EVA suits and at the bare minimum.
Of course.
If there's anything you require from me, whether it's authorization for personnel or equipment, please let me know. If not, I'll start doing random things to try and figure out what's going on, because that's pretty much all I can do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And next time you want to do a hippie prayer circle, maybe a better place in an exam room?
We were trying to get crew members out of their dream states. It was semi. In the moment, it seemed like a good idea, sir, but noted.
Don't worry, I trust you. Just don't rely on it too much. It'll become a crutch.
Agreed.
As you were, Commander, and Ben will head off back to the bridge.
We'll take a moment, take a breath, and then head back to the exam room. Briefly.
Commander, I hope we didn't ruffle any feathers with our little. I don't even have the word to describe what that was, to be honest. It's not really in my vocabulary.
Meditative circle.
Yeah.
As apt and firm as any. The captain will be fine, I believe. Just not accustomed to this. Frankly, neither am I.
Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, to sit in the quiet with, or your psionic ability for that matter, to sit in the quiet holding hands with your fellow sentient beings is a therapeutic technique to strengthen social bonds. Do not think that doing something implies anything about your belief system.
Of course. Regardless, I must now lead an away team. Ensign Ven, I would like you to accompany me.
Yes, Commander. And Ven sits up.
Easy, Ensign.
Right.
So,
And Throg will look over to Nurse Rook, assuming he's cleared for duty.
yeah. Ensign,
Yes.
how many fingers am I holding up?
47.
47.
Nurse Rourke played by an AI art generator this episode.
The ever expanding hand.
I'm kidding.
And has
I'm
more
kidding.
hands on it.
How many fingers is he holding up?
He isn't. They're digits.
I was gonna say it's like
Yeah, you see that I'm having a tough time because I can't really. They're not like fingers. I can move one down, kinda. So I have
Right.
3 other digits holding.
How many
up.
claws are you displaying? Would be more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. I put out 2 claws.
2.
Okay.
Which if you add and subtract and then multiply certain numbers will eventually get you 47.
Yeah, truly.
That's how math works.
Ensign, other than the activities that we just did here, no psionic exertion without being anchored as we just were. I don't want your mind being exposed to any other whatever thought force this is. And my I'm not sure if I'm able to clear you for dirty. Counselor, he appears to be slightly sore, but in my opinion, he's cleared.
Then, so long as you don't overexert yourself and you come back here if you think anything at all is wrong, you're cleared for duty. I trust you to know your own limits. However, just don't feel the need to push yourself in the name of that promotion.
Right.
I'm gonna grab a hypospray and a little case. And then I'm gonna stick in the hyperspray. I'm gonna preload a dose of suppressant of the um, psionic suppressant.
Oh, the cyanine, yeah.
Yeah. I sort of click it in place, hand it to you. Ensign, this is for emergencies only. Think about it as though you would have an allergy to something. If you're overexerted, all you need to do
Right.
is press the button on the hyperspray, give yourself the dose that's noted here, and I will. Can I program the hyperspray to so that it's? I just wanted to make it as idiot-proof as possible. Like truly.
Hey!
Starfleet officers are taught how to use, have medicine 1 at least, so they know basics of how to use basic tools. Hyperspray is like knowing how to use a needle. It's like, yep, point and jab there. Hypersprays are a lot easier. You just slap it, press the button when you do it, and it'll jab you with it. The hard part's making sure to get the load right in the first place, but you've done the hard part.
Yep. This is
The hard part
shot.
is loading it, and then you bang it in.
Bang it. God, I love it. This is for you. Use it for yourself if need be. Use it for anybody who seems to be psionically overloaded.
Got it.
Varuk will sort of close out the biobed profile, save the readings, and step aside so Ven can move by.
Yeah.
And
Hit. Pops up.
Buck's going to, step out and see if, because of Rook's current, pending disciplinary action, find somebody else to be
You see,
medical for the away team.
You see Varuk goes by the exam room. Nurse Oliver? Nurse?
Boop.
Yeah, thank you. Slap on an EVA suit and follow Commander Thralic, please.
Yeah, nurse.
Thank you.
Commander?
Nurse, you've been slotted for away team duty.
Okay. Grabs a med kit. Comes back.
Yep.
Has somewhat uncertain certainty about them. They probably don't have a ton of away team experience, given they're an enlisted nurse. But hey, it can happen. Sometimes enlisteds get pulled into away team. Like, we need a nurse. Hey, you, come here. Like, oh, I guess I'm on duty now. Cool.
Yup, that's exactly it.
Could I send Eliath with him as well? So Nurse Eliath is a Vulcan tech character, but she has a diagnostics focus, so that might help.
Yeah, I think it could be useful.
And I sort of built her as a full Kolinar Vulcan, just so that you know, GM.
Roger.
And then I will grab some form of engineering NPC. I see we have very few of those right now. We need to make some.
Lots of there.
Remembering that we do always have the Romulan with the reading or whatever the hell thing, so every task is just a science task.
Yeah.
Which I think they're a decent engineer anyway, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
Look.
They're a roboticist, so.
Yeah. Sure.
Just to say
I'll grab some Lieutenant Telor then, actually.
You let her know to meet you at the transporter room.
And I'll make an engineering character later tonight, I guess. So we have some.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Brought 2 nurses with me.
Yeah. And then don't want to drain too much from senior staff, so I will grab a Kino Tear and a detachment of Hoplites.
I believe that costs you 1 and 1. No, 2 and 2. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 and 2. I'll give you 1 and 3.
Yep.
There's another senior chief.
Yep.
Well, I just found out who I'm going to be fighting for chief of the boat.
Yep.
I don't think you want to fight Kino.
Oh, yeah, there are other ways than just outright fighting.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
if you want to do that still.
Dance
Office
off.
Office
Dance
politics.
I want a threat one session where it's just me and whoever plays that senior chief petty officer, and I want a full like office politic, like we're scheming session.
Mhm.
That would be fantastic.
You're like
Uh,
jostling for like endorsements in the upcoming vote for chief of the boat.
I don't know if you want politics with the person whose solution is most often to hit it.
Well,
Whatever.
that's how you make an argument. You say, well, I'm not likely to hit you. I'm likely to fix you.
Listen, if you don't vote for her, she's just gonna hit you. Like I won't punch you. If you don't vote for me, I'm gonna be upset with you. But
What
at least
the
you're not gonna get a
shit did I
taster.
return to?
Just
New
office
s-
politics, you wouldn't understand.
New scene as we cut to the Lovek.
Yes.
So the Lovek has detected that the Achilles has moved with almost teleportation level speed. Actually, exactly teleportation speed. That's exactly the MP they used. Not that they realize it. Also, sensors
Oh, no.
also sensors detect that the gate has iced over. And there seems to be a strange signal that your team was able to. They basically learned the same thing that the Achilles learned. That there's a strange signal that's broadcasting out.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the
That doesn't-
wildfire is kind of staying in a holding position near your location. They're trying not to move around too much. They're looking into stuff. They're mainly focused on doing what repairs they can to their ship. But they're on standby. They can move and do stuff for people if they need. But they're like, we're gonna sit still until someone tells us it's better to move because they're a patrol boat. They're usually for shooting at small pirates and scaring them off, or seeing the big threat and running to get other people to fight them.
I really wish you were some kind of science thing, and at the same time, I'm so glad you're not. Right. So I have an idea of what this thing is. Is there any record of it existing that the watch might have, given this is an IOI?
There is a roll for. It would be a reason plus. Con or science difficulty 4 because it's been encountered before by somebody. Assisted by the ship's computers, con or science. Yeah, reason con for you is your best roll there, which is 12.
Yeah, I do have a scientist on the ship, thank God.
Pava, Sheena, Dr. Samora. That's
The
probably
Orion,
Sheena. Reason. Someone could grab Sheena.
Sure.
Or actually, can they? I just realized.
I don't know if they can.
They can, yeah. Okay, I wanted to make sure.
They should be able to. It's by Team Yandy. They know these people already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sorry, I was just finding them.
No, I had to think about it too. I was like, did I give you guys access? I think I did.
Yeah. I have no clue what the doctor. I forget what the doctor's stats are in that regard, but I believe she was also science heavy.
I think so. I think when I built her, I gave her sciences or secondary.
Science,
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly. You built for
What is did the reading?
the reading does make it a science task as well.
Ah, okay, never mind. Focuses. Observation.
I would take Xenotech for this.
Let's check. Oh, I was just gonna run through them.
Yeah.
Xenotech. Oh, but is it the fucking Shuri again?
Don't you mean the Alcarans?
No, no, I don't.
Whoops.
Even though they're pretty much the same fucking species.
The Shuri and the Ilkarans are very different.
One doesn't lie to you. Well, lie by omission, but still.
Take a full minute.
Taking a full mid-eye.
I think one's not exterminated.
That is 6 before the ship.
Let me grab the ship. What did I say? Computers plus use science. Dupe. Dupe. Ship helped.
Good luck back.
Click, 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 click. Where is it? There it is. Mm,
Okay. Not Liz. When am I gonna live it down, Ben?
you live down nothing on this server.
Never. Yeah.
Sorry, that joke was kind of like the Gene lasagna, just lazy.
I can't spell. What the hell?
Join the club. That would be a great selling point for people wanting to be like a game master or a dungeon master. I can't spell. Your players don't know that.
Good.
Oh, I see what you've done there.
And I'll be right back.
Oh.
The information's that important, he needs to take a break.
Well, I mean, I can kind of say it because some of you are
Yeah, some of us.
playing the supports on the bridge that are doing this and getting the information.
Yeah.
So, the ring itself is an item of influence, which has been recklessly activated. Thralic.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that was you, actually. I think that was the cat.
Yeah, I don't think I did it.
The cat, Jesus Christ. That's just because I forgot his name when I was saying it. Baruch. It's called the Eager Frontier,
Ah, that's
and
the
it is a
eager
living
frontier.
port. It's a living port amidst the ocean of consciousness.
Uh-huh.
It is a physical embodiment of the barrier being between thought, reality, and space-time. Which means it very much could be eternity, or a cosmic trying to come through.
Yeah.
That is horrific.
Mm-hmm.
If only we had some Chinese bloke with transcendence.
Yeah,
That,
we just keep them in the cargo bay.
that's a very specific reference to not everyone's gonna get.
Yeah.
No.
I think like
I had
half
no
the
idea what you're
people
talking about.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Congratulations,
Ken's
family.
characters.
Well, I missed it. What was? Huh?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Midnight
to
Watch
explain
stuff.
an entire other set of campaigns.
Plus,
Mhm.
out of context, saying you need a random Chinese bloke is, questionable.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the one who
Okay.
said it.
I know what I said.
So, do these other bridge officers have any input on the situation then? Doctor and scientist.
Would it be possible for us to remove the non-agents from the area before further process?
Or would it be
That
possible
really
to
does
remove
not
the
seem
ring?
viable. Yeah, no, that doesn't seem viable whatsoever.
Yeah, no
Oh,
shit.
oh my God. You said agents.
No, I said Asian.
You did?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
He was
I'm sorry.
saying agent. Now Pen's pulling your leg after that. Just to be specific, the midnight power is coming out of the rings.
Or the runic rings.
No, the big central one. The gate.
Oh, the actual gate itself. Because
The gate is being turned on, and therefore thing is coming through.
right.
And it is shifting space-time objects into third layer objects, which is
Right. Now,
Yeah. which is we're all stuck here because we're under the effects of it. It's not exactly possible for us to leave that.
Well, what's the best way to mitigate what's happening, considering external people?
Likely what we are doing already, which is focus on the ring itself as our main goal of containment, and having the other, like keeping the Achilles occupied with his original mission, for example. They'll find things out, but there's a lot of oddities which happen in this era, which can be more explained by what they've already experienced rather than, summoning
subspace
yeah.
phenomena or ancient technology are all well-trod cover
Hmm.
stories.
And we're already going to have to go through every single crew here, every single bit of crew, and find out who the hell the ABRs are. Because
Right.
they've been here for how long before we showed up? A few days? A week? I think it was a few days rather than a week. So, yeah.
Highly likely we'll be dealing with, I'd estimate, around a dozen, plus or minus 5.
That is incredibly specific, but I'll take it.
That's also assuming they'll allow it.
I mean, allowing it or not doesn't really change things. They are an ABR at one point or another. If
We
they
will have to
accept it or not,
negotiate.
that's a different matter. Anyway, so our main goal is simply to just, I would assume, deactivate this ring. It's been activated in some manner, we need to turn it off, but we're going to be directly opposed in that by midnight or a power from midnight.
Right, and I believe that assessing whether this IOI is directly under the control of Midnight is a function better served in a more controlled setting. Right now, we should focus on
Well,
containment.
as a fun fact, we did just succeed the roll, and I don't know how much momentum we've got.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have questions then that we could potentially ask.
Yeah.
Well, when he returns.
Yeah.
Hmm?
When the
Yeah,
GM
when you return.
returns.
Yeah, that was just like keep that in mind.
No,
We
but yeah,
could,
no. Definitely, like, honestly, trying to figure out a little bit about that would be good.
like potentially what the changes from the first time this thing was recorded till now are might be useful. Because it seems like something that wouldn't necessarily have any big changes unless it was under a direct effect of something like being frozen solid.
Yeah.
Being frozen seems like a big one. That's kind of obvious, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe other things, but what's causing the freezing could be useful, but that's also not exactly related to the role.
Mm-hmm.
How the gate functions, or how the port functions, could be a useful question, given we apparently know it's a living port, but
Yeah.
isn't this exactly the Shiri station that we found before?
That.
What, you're talking like at the end of time?
No,
Yes.
like, is it?
We should probably ask if it's affiliated to that in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah, that's
because
probably a
that
good
was
idea.
also a living port. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that that functioned was by shifting its entire being across things. So, yeah. Yeah. Horrific. I'm gonna crack open another can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hi. We've had an engaging conversation. Don't worry about it.
How dare you? I didn't get permission.
I think you did.
So yes.
As a question, actually, is Varder aware of that station on the previous Sherry station that was encountered in the other timeline? Vaguely, maybe, possibly. Was that entered into the Achilles records?
Ow. Was it? I don't think you guys scrubbed it from your records or anything.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Okay. That's more of a me as a player knows about that other station. Does Varder have the potential to?
Yeah.
Which, yeah, and that seems like a big enough thing that if it's relevant, he'd probably know. Like, oh, and how Sagita was involved, actually. So, yeah, okay. Is that is it Shiri? Is this station like that? Question mark.
For momentum, I'll answer.
Yes. No. No.
Okay, that's a good guess.
At least that rules out like a chunk of things. Fortunately.
Yeah.
Do we have any kind of record beyond its existence?
In what capacity?
Um, do. What was the manner in which it was first encountered and recorded?
Momentum spin.
Yeah. They did something then if it was still around and not being actively contained, unless it was being actively contained until like recently, which would be a problem. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's even older than that. That's right. Okay. Lovely. So it's over 100, discovered by the Shiri over 100,000 years ago, and the Watch only knows about it because of the Shiri, having found Shiri logs or whatnot. Okay. Anything else from the crew, or shall we think of how to proceed with this one now? No? Okay.
Yeah, not thinking of anything.
Yeah. But it predates the Shiri, so.
Mm-hmm.
Shiri, for those here who don't know, which I believe might be at least one person, maybe two, really,
Yep.
really advanced race that came before everyone currently in play here. I think hyper advanced that are on the same level as the Alcarans, question mark, GM?
Mm-hmm. That'd be correct.
Yeah. I think
They're
on
also
the same level, but in different
they're
ways,
also
kind of deal.
transgalactic or extragalactic at least.
They're extragalactic, yeah. They're not from the Milky Way.
And I believe they're also extinct. So far as we know.
Dangerous reality?
Depends which timeline you're talking about. In some
That's
timelines
why
they're
I said
extinct, and
as
some
far
they're
as we
still here.
know.
Yeah.
You can always have some random motherfucker pop out of a cryopod somewhere.
It's true.
Let's get a look at that ring now that it's freezing. See if we can find a source or identify the manner. Because a thought comes to mind of potentially identifying if it's eternity through that, in the sense of how the ice is on the station. If it appears to be an age thing, like just a being lived to time and, eternity thing, could be useful. Half the fucking dog can mess with it, so.
Insight plus science, difficulty 3, complication 3.
Yeah.
Lovely scientist, would you please, again?
Sure.
Hey, doctor, if they complicate, can you, be ready?
Yep.
Focus in observation.
I could take that, yeah.
Spend one momentum, give 2 threat. I'll spend a volume 2 reroll. The only one that can possibly hit is I will reach Viro's standards.
I could see that, yeah.
Okay, I'll reroll one.
This is so much worse when I can't see what the rolls are, by the way.
So diff 3 got 4 with comp.
Okay.
Alright. I can try and throw in an assist, I guess,
Sure.
to generate the extra.
That is entirely your choice, yeah.
Yeah. I've got a science of 3 here.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have the same focus, so I assume it'll still work.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can apply to this? There's not. That's one more success, which gives us the momentum to quash.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, wow, I was in the wrong ballpark entirely. Damn. Here I was thinking I was being clever. But that makes sense. Okay.
You're in the right era, so it's not like you were that far off.
I knew I was in the right era, at least. Okay. Disinformation. What, does that mean it's not actually frozen?
For a threat, unfortunately, I can answer.
Is it worth it, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am curious as to the extent of this disinformation, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, this scene's technically a midnight watch scene, so do what you need to.
Yeah, but I'm here to help y'all. And I don't know what the current threat counter is. I can't see it.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
it's 49.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh no. Oh,
Please say the
I
number.
just looked at the threat counter.
What is it?
49.
Don't worry about it.
49.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if the GM spends 2 threat, it'll be 47.
Oh. Oh.
Speaking of, as this
47!
as this inspiration occurs to you, Captain, you notice that the wildfire's lights suddenly darken, and it rapidly, at the speed of teleportation, is drawn into the icy shoals of gate, and it basically rams itself and beaches itself onto the glacier, and the ice seems to be freezing over it.
Do. Well, we do have a very high power tractor beam, for a ship of our class, and I believe the Wildfire's not a big ship,
It would make it easier for you to
right?
grab big ships, yeah.
No, it's not even that big of a ship, is it?
No,
How
no,
big's
no,
the
no, no.
Wildfire?
It's 4, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one bigger than us, and we've got like a strength 5 tractor beam.
Yep.
This is me thinking of like the fastest thing we could probably do is tractor beam it now before it gets frozen onto the thing, and that makes it harder to recover.
So you're gonna get the Lovek to race over and try to drag it out before too much longer.
We could already be like right above the ring, as far as I recall from before. I don't know where the wildfire was, and
It was in
Rel-
the it was in the
Rel-
center. It was in the center ring along with you. It just got shunted to like the top of the glacier is.
yeah, we'll have to. I mean, well, I'd say sweep by and pick it up, but we can teleport too, and
So
we
you're
know
gonna,
what we're doing.
so you're gonna think your way over there.
Yes.
End of scene. As we cut
It's one
to
of those things that, man, it could be useful to tell like the Achilles about this, but the tenants say I can't because none of y'all have gone like, I want to be an agent. Even though Stralick, you're 100% an ABR.
Soon as we talk, but we haven't had a chance to.
Vin, you're on thin fucking ice. You know any more with you?
There's a
I don't
reason
mean
why
that
there's a reason why an AO team came to say hi to him real quick. Like, hey, UTFM? No, okay, well,
Yeah, but then the problem is
have-
that we didn't even know that AO team exists for some reason.
yeah.
So it's like, who the fuck are you? I know who you are, maybe.
So the scene cuts over to one of the engineering workshops with Lieutenant Arnold and Lieutenant Ryloff trying to clean up that signal. I'll repost the difficulties for you.
Yes, that helps. Oh, it's actually there. Never mind, that does help.
Actually,
Ignore my sarcasm.
Slim. There we go.
Okay, will you be the lead or was I being the lead on this, Arlen?
I think I was being lead.
Okay.
Because of Lab Rat.
Yep.
Yes, right. Yes.
So what does Lab Rat do for
You're
you now that you remember to use it?
It gives me progression and 1, so effects count as 2
Nice.
on challenge dice.
That is nice, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
vicious.
right. Yep. It's the work track vicious. All right.
I'm assisting, so none of my traits matter.
Well, your
Uh,
defector trait will help with the resistance. It's pulling it down by 1.
Yeah, I was
Yep,
meaning any
defector-
other one. So
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Limit pusher, lateral thinker.
Limit pusher, no. Fast sinker got you 6 tests instead of 5. And lateral, you can pull down the resistance or the difficulty.
Let's pull down the difficulty.
Okay.
yeah, resistance we can reasonably eat.
Yeah. Is the ship assisting?
I suppose it could. With what? That was the question. Well, comms plus.
Com security?
Comms engineer, comms security.
You could pull it into security, yeah, since you have a Defector Romulan giving you how the security tips of the listening service.
Yeah.
This is where modular laboratory would be helpful. The one time it's ever useful. It's like most of the time you can't use it for anything, and then that one time you'd like to have it.
The thing is, you have to declare it at the start of an adventure, not partway through. So, like,
Yeah.
who would have called out? We need to prepare it to ungarble communications.
Yeah. Especially
Like-
since you're on a rescue mission.
Exactly.
3 threat.
3 threat eye.
It would be more useful if you could call it out once per like adventure or something.
Oh, tinker focus.
Yeah.
Old.
Ship.
Actually, can I do the assist with security as well?
Yes.
There we go.
Reason security. Investigative techniques would help with this. Oh,
I'm pretty sure the wary talent would, but it doesn't matter.
0. No help from Rylov.
But we did get 5 on just 3.
So give me 7 challenge dice, please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count.
Yeah.
Progression?
Just let that stand.
Yeah. Progression is just that just gives you vicious on the effects, right?
Yep.
Basically?
Yep.
Okay, good.
So with resistance, that's 8. That's enough for a breakthrough.
Yep. Let's do it.
Oops. Difficulty falls. Whoops, not 3 or 4 mag. Duh, I'm doing it backwards. There we go. So the first breakthrough the two of you recognize. This isn't coded in any particular way, so you're kind of scrubbing across it, making sure there's no encryption on it, or secret message, or embedded message, or anything like that. So you are sure that this is a completely unencrypted distress signal, without any weird hidden under message.
Okay.
Which means K and signal dispersion, which I say just, but those are also complicated to deal with by what is causing them. So there we go. We've got a fun new list to go through.
You may attempt again at your leisure.
All right. One threat.
1 third eye.
Same as before. Old.
Ship.
One hit from Rylov. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diff 2. So you got it. Give me your challenge dice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -1 is 6. Still enough for a breakthrough.
Might want to spend one to reroll 3.
What's our work track looking like?
Currently, it's at 8 of 20 before you add anything.
Yeah, let's spend one to reroll.
Yeah, and after this, you've
'Cause I
got
have
another 4
pretty
tasks.
good chance. Yep, that too.
That's another 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minus 1 is 9.
I think.
How much momentum do we have?
We have 4 momentum.
And the complete,
With
right?
we could fill it with 3 now, or we could do another roll.
I mean, it'll take another roll regardless.
You're correct. So yeah, we might as well just do the next roll.
Yeah, let's just do
Ben's
the next
right.
roll.
The
But
second
we do need to find out what the breakthrough is.
Yeah, the second breakthrough, it seems to follow protocols that aren't very familiar to Rylov, but they are familiar to Arlen. It's not Starfleet or Federation standards, but it is like an Alpha Quadrant base of some kind. Like there's certain constants, cultural constants that tends to happen among mathematics. But different people get to the same answers. Sorry, I just saw something in Discord chat, so I'm laughing for those who can't see what I'm seeing. So there are certain cultural constants in mathematics, but some people get to those answers different parts of mathematics at different times. So so you can kind of, in a cultural way, you can kind of print roughly where in the galaxy this is coming from. So you get the feeling this is somewhere Alpha Quadrant-ish. So it's familiar in the sort of Earth, Vulcan, Tellarite, like Andorian, like that family of sciences, rather than say Bajoran or which is a different part of the Alpha Quadrant, or Klingon, for instance.
So somewhere close to Sector 1.
Yep.
Interesting. Can we spend 2 to make an advantage? Is there any advantage we can leverage on this, or should we just go for broke?
You're at diff 1
I think
currently.
we should just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're diff 1. And we're at 3 to break the word track. So yeah. 1 threat just for lulls. Oh no.
Ship.
Born near a warp core. I am lucky.
Comp goes away automatically.
So diff 1, we gain 3.
Like as you're doing calculations, Arlen's just like, geez, there's some sort of minor overload in this comnet. I don't know what's going on. Leans his elbow into a button. Oh, that fixed it. Oh, never mind. It went away. Okay, type.
All right.
Give me your challenge dice, please.
Break this work track.
I'll break your
I
work
said
track.
break. All right. I'm.
Yeah, you did it.
No, that does it because
1, 2,
that's
3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1 is still enough. So one way or the other.
5. Plus we break the work track. Actually, that's another breach.
So
Breakthrough.
well and truly done. Da-da. It is. Actually, before I say this, I'm going to make sure I'm not screwing up my lore. Because I've been diving into a different system's lore entirely, so my brain's confused.
I wonder who made you that.
This station is the home of kyber crystals.
It's a hail from the
Wait.
Jadani consulate. Wait, hold on. Whoa, no ads. Go away.
Apparently it's from a galaxy far, far away.
But then it faked an injury and ran away. No? Anybody? Okay.
You ran away. You bravely ran away.
No.
Anyone ever tell you guys you're all nerds?
What?
Wait, I'm a nerd?
Are you telling me a bunch of people playing a Star Trek tabletop game are nerds?
I think
thought
a
we're
certain
playing-
amount of self-awareness to not say that about yourself. It's just like, what
I thought
are
we were just playing
doing?
I thought we were playing a very complicated version of fantasy football.
Mhm.
Well, fantasy
Basically
hockey,
is.
because hockey's better than football. Get wrecked.
Soccer's better than all of it, so eat shit.
I meant both footballs, by the way. So, no.
I don't think you can jam them together like that.
I don't know. The Americans do it all the time.
I mean,
Yes,
like,
and they're wrong.
if you went to an Englishman in 1700, they were jammed together.
It is a distress signal from the United Earth.
Okay, that would explain why the map's familiar. What the heck is a United Earth?
It seems that the Earth has suffered a devastating attack in the state of Florida, and is now currently in the midst of a strange spatial anomaly, and is requesting assistance from any spacefaring civilizations in range. The problem is that they are transmitting with the presumption they're on regular space-time, when they're not. They're transmitting on this understarin, this above subspace layer, so their signal is not only too weak to pierce this very easily, but they also have an adjusted environment because they probably don't understand what it is they're in.
Oh joys. We have a complication. I know me as a player, I understand this, but would me as a character recognize that point in Earth history?
For a momentum, yeah.
Wasn't that Cindy
momentum,
attack?
yeah. Exactly. But I didn't grow up on Earth, so why would I learn about Earth troubles?
Like Arlen has to sit back for a second and think about it. Like, attack on state of Florida. That rings up. Why does that ring a bell? I'm not from Earth. Oh.
Florida. Where is that?
Oh yeah, the
I've never been to Florida.
memorial.
Oh yeah, that's why I've never been to Florida. It's not there anymore.
Oh, it's still there. Just had a massive carving into it. Was all.
And nothing of value.
Florida's
was
an
lost.
island now.
There's actually a memorial there in current lore Star Trek, because it's a major historical event that happened there. Earth has a lot of memorials. Lots of bad stuff has happened to Earth for centuries. A lot of it self-inflicted.
We're good at that.
As the Klingons would say, the first battle scar to introduce them into the galactic community. Hey, look, an alien race just blew up something for you. You're a big civilization now. Hooray.
I'm a big boy now.
Yep, the two of you have that revelation come upon you.
So what does that mean about the rest? Is this like a temporal affair now? Or is that for someone more important than us to figure out?
Ryloff raises an eyebrow. Or he just had an itch on his eyebrow. It's hard to tell. He's inscrutable.
He is inscrutable. All right. Arlen, Captain.
I assume I can answer.
Yeah, you're on the bridge at this point.
This is Captain Pend.
We translated that signal. We might have a temporal prime directive issue here. It seems to be coming from mid 22nd century Earth.
Can't hear you now, Ryloff.
Yeah, it wasn't let me talk.
Let me come down. I'll see what you've got.
For momentum, can I monitor the channels, see are they aware of us yet?
For momentum, I'll answer that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, their sensors can't reach out this far to you. Like you don't even have to scan them. You just do the math in your head. Like, no, Earth doesn't have that kind of sensor net. The Earth sensors was boosted by the fact that the solar system had a bunch of sensor buoys, where you could walk from Earth to Pluto without getting without ever touching space. You know what I mean? Like, just so many probes. They really wanted to be able to talk to anywhere. Nowadays, they don't do that anymore because they understand they have better subspace technology. But back then,
Oh boy. While the captains come down, I'm gonna set up an algorithm to like scan the rest of their channels and get an idea of what else is going on the planet. Back into their CNN.
For momentum, I can give you a overview.
Yeah.
So the people are really panicked about the Zindi attack. There's lots of mourning. Emergency services are happening. However, things are very stifled because they don't have Earth space dock. Well, the equivalent anyway of in their era, but same difference. The Earth space station. They don't have the local home fleet. They don't have any help coming from Mars. People are seeing a starry night that doesn't make sense to them. There's bouts of madness all across the planet. But some people are the common line that's being peddled around is that it's just mass hysteria due to extreme trauma from a attack. But listening into the United Earth channels, it's a lot of they're trying their best to try to do what they can, but without starship help, they're using small craft they can to try to alleviate the suffering in Florida and try to maintain order. There is some level of increased risk and tension, but nothing's really blown up yet. Meanwhile, lots of people are wondering what if the Vulcans know anything or if any of the aliens on Earth know anything, and there's a whole lot of they don't know, a whole lot of that's not possible. So there's a lot of talking heads. They're at that stage where they don't quite understand what's happening, and they're trying to grasp precisely what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does the lack of infrastructure track with that time period, or what else we know about this star system?
Well, it's just Earth by itself. It doesn't have all the other mappings of the solar system because they'd have Mars, Jupiter, Luna. Like they don't have any of it. They just have Earth. Whatever was on Earth at that time at that event, that's all they got.
Okay. And that tracks with what we're seeing outside. It's just Earth by itself, so they don't have. Okay.
Penn steps through the doors.
But historically, they would have Earth, Mars, Jupiter.
Yeah, because they had colonies on multiple planets and some of the moons over, for that matter. Because think of it, that they at that era they were also sending out generational ships and stuff. Like they were colonizing other star systems.
Yeah. So, temporal prime directive, yay!
So, explain the situation.
We are getting a distress call, but it's not a Starfleet standard one. It's a United Earth standard. Apparently this is referencing an event that happened in the mid to late 22nd century on Earth, the Zindi attack on Florida. And the people on the planet are really confused and panicking on what happened to Florida and also what happened to the rest of their space infrastructure. They also have references to psionic events. It's happening on the populace.
And this is happening because they've somehow reached here.
Somehow they're tied up with in all this. How they got here, I don't know. But the reason why we didn't pick it up before is because this is just simply a frequency no one uses anymore. Or we have more or advanced and more or subtle technology.
Oh, one thing that would be a huge highlight in the news: no one knows where the sun is because they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They're in perpetual night all around, and no one's seeing the sun, which that's freaking a lot of people out.
And
no
they're
moon,
thinking
no
this is-
sun.
And they're
Does
thinking
that
this is in
mean-
relation to the Zindi attack.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's night for the entire planet?
Oh wait, I'm wrong. They would miss. I'm wrong because there is a sun-alike here. I'm wrong. But it's in the wrong place. Like some people would see, there's no moon, which that's doing great things for their oceans, by the way. Very, very bad things. So there's tidal disasters all over the earth. But some people say there's the sun. The people who are seeing the sun are confused because it doesn't look right.
Is it?
It's like it'd be like saying it's the difference between big bonfire and then seeing a very bright floodlight. Like the lights just it may be the same level of lumen intensity, but it's very obviously a very different kind of light.
Is it possible to block off the frequency that's accessing here that they're using? Either completely cutting them off or just that small section?
I suppose.
Because if it's the signal that's attached to them here, if we cut it, it's possible they'll go back.
Possible, but not guaranteed.
Safety is not guaranteed. Nah.
Well, unfortunately, I am not a master of psionic events interfering with the timeline. The only connecting point is they've sent out a signal which is accidentally connected to this place and drawn them through. So if you remove the connector,
I
It
do have
might
to
snap
wonder
him back.
how.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Well, I do have to wonder how this is, given just prior we were interacting with a different time period of Earth history. Something seems quite unnormal about this. And I don't mean simply. The fact has happened twice in the same area.
But the other one didn't correlate with Nth history. This one is referring to a known historical event.
Both about the same system, though. I don't think that's something to dismiss.
And
One
then,
event twice.
as
This
you're
is
Arlen, you hear over the. It grabs your attention because it stands out from the rest of the conversation you've heard from Earth. There are reports, and then there's even video feeds of what appears to be the entirety of the city of London, of the greater city of London. It has sunk into the Atlantic. And then there's camera shots of a massive pit and the ocean pouring down into this hole in the earth. Is this another
inland?
attack?
I thought London was more inland.
A port. It is a port city as well.
Aye.
It is pretty inland though, so good. There's this massive bay. There's a massive hole in the planet where the entirety of the city of London was.
Is that because sea levels are rising in general, or does God just hate fish specifically?
No, that's just a hole. That's not the entirety of England sinking.
Yeah, it's just this almost perfect circle just suddenly dropped into the earth, and now there's a hole in the earth. There's this super massive chasm, bigger than anything Earth's ever faced. Is this the end of Earth? Emergency services are doing what they can, and now the situation's starting to spin out of control on them because they are already spiraling a bit when it came to Florida being hit, losing an entire losing London like that, which had a lot of United Earth services, so they lost a lot in one, and they don't know what's causing it. So there's a bit of chaos going on, and the camera will cut away as Arlen kind of sees that on the screen, sees the unbelievability of a perfect circle just punching a hole into the earth. May not be his homeworld, but that's weird.
And just seeing thousands of people die hurts anyways, no matter whose world it is.
Yeah.
If it's Greater London, that's more in the millions.
Yeah.
We step into the away team prep area and the transport as Commander Thralic assembles an away team. I believe you're all grabbing Eva suits. So I'll put you all in those. Is there any other gear you want to grab?
And yes, there's definitely gonna be other gear. I mean, hoplite, obviously, for those who it applies to, which would be myself, Kino, and the hoplite team.
So,
what do you?
Question: do medical med kits come for free?
Yes, medical characters.
Okay.
Yeah, medical characters always get them first.
Okay. What is the drug that stops psychic attacks that we've been using? Psilocybin?
Yeah, basically anti-psilocybin. There's a more complex pharmaceutical name, but that's the shorthand.
That's the marketing name. So can we both carry a couple doses of that?
For momentum, yeah, you can have a stash split between the nurses.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea, right?
Yeah. How much would it cost to equip my away team with personal shields? Minus myself and Kino, because we already have them.
I believe it's 1 and 2, but I'll look it up.
I think Oliver would definitely just have his med kit and whatever his type 1.
Yeah.
Elias would have the same. I mean, unless we're spending for personal shields, in which case.
Mm-hmm.
That can help. Scroll. 1 and 2. I was right the first time. So it's 1 and 2 for one person to have it. Is it opportunity you spend each time, or is it escalation?
I can never remember.
Escalate. Opportunity.
Oh, you pay
is,
opportunity multiple times.
Yep.
Escalation
Escalation is
just once. So once it's already in the scene, you might as well I'll give it to everyone.
Right.
So 2 threat and then 1 momentum for each person. After the for each person.
Mhm.
So for the away team, minus you and the Thralic and Kino, 4.
4 plus the escalation. Yeah, I'll spend that.
And then I will go ahead and just control. Oh gosh. Yep. These nurses do not know very much about battle. I see.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, that's why we have a hoplite team.
Mhm. I think actually for this, I think Elias would even be better equipped. Pharmacology. What was I smoking when I came up with these?
Well, it's something you can get with pharmacology, potentially.
Potentially. GM, just so that I'm clear about rules with this, I can only control 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take the other one. Nurse Elith is a Vulcan.
Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna get another Vulcan, I think.
You know, I actually find it really fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be Oliver then.
Tal Aura, for Tal Aura to be armed at all requires the commander's say so, because they're not a Starfleet officer, so they wouldn't normally be allowed to be armed.
I will approve.
It's disruptor time.
It's kind of impolite to be a foreign officer on someone else's ship and with a gun. It's like, oh, I probably shouldn't be walking around. No, you shouldn't. Is anyone taking anything beyond their normal, any weapons beyond their issued?
Let me. I'm.
Can I grab a new Sean?
For I believe it's 1 and 1 for a knife.
Mhm.
I think I'd actually like to do that because I think there's a possibility of phasers not being a good idea one way or the other.
It's opportunity 1 because it's a knife, because knives are utilities. Right. Which is 1 threat anyway, but still, you're not paying 2.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and pay. Well, if we could pay for just 1 emergency surgery kit, unless Aza, if you think that you would also have 1.
I'm sorry, could you repeat what you asked?
Yeah, I was thinking probably emergency surgery kits would be a good idea.
I think we only need 1.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend the 1 for it for one of those. Phaser type 1 is just 2. Gross.
Mm.
Oh god, it's barely effective.
Yeah, it's more as a tool than a real combat weapon.
Yeah.
The type
Charge
1
him.
is the type 1 is the reason why you can in full earnestness say that a phaser is a tool.
Hmm.
It's really good at, changing channels and, opening and closing your garage door.
Any other special gear before you beam over?
I can think of. Anybody else have any ideas?
Unless you
Uh,
want the roboticist to have a robot.
I
uh,
Just saying, it's an option.
I'm wondering if subdermal bioprobes would be a good idea, but no, that's fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
be fine. Be fine.
Oh, my poor stress.
All right.
Okay,
Then yeah,
I'm good.
I think we're good.
All right. So you owe me a beaming roll to get you over there. It is control plus
All right. Somebody
happening
want to
from
grab
the
our
room. You're not going to a pad, and the place is weird. Sensors plus aging. Control engineering diff 3, assisted by sensors engineering, and I imagine this transporter chief is the one you're grabbing.
Yeah. Probably. You want to do that?
He's having such a great time, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got him.
Thank you.
And then, since it's just the first activation, we don't get anything until after the session, right?
I
Heck,
think
with
you
first
don't get
activation.
anything until the second activation.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
But you should mark it because that'll be relevant. Turn it off.
Do you mind marking both of them?
Yeah, actually, this is actually the second activation for Oliver.
Oh, cool.
So then after the session, though, right?
Yep.
All right.
Assuming they don't get killed.
Order chief. Let's not use transporter chief. One threat for bold engineering at least. And we
If
don't
there's
have any.
anything I don't want you to do in a bold way, it's atomize me and reatomize me. I would like you to follow the standard procedure on that one.
I mean, it's a tall well. Arlen and might try to juice it up, see if we can save off a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Why I love her first bottle when Arlen's around.
All right, one threat, focus, instant transporters. Here we go. And bold. I said bold. Value.
Yeah.
Moving things is my job. It's my job,
Hey.
dang it. I'm not gonna mess this up.
Yeah.
There we go.
You, Jen.
And then away you all beam. This one?
The very real fact we could have just said, I want to be there, and thought very hard about it and been there.
I don't trust it.
Oh, no, not at all.
New scene.
Versus.
Whoops, no, don't do that, computer. Thank you. Oh shoot! No, map layer. Thank you.
Dynamic lighting? Question mark.
Uh,
Was that a laugh?
you appear in a cargo area. And you see various boxes and crates and barrels kind of all knocked about and all over the place. And you see what control panels that would be accessible have been smashed due to everything being jostled around and knocked about.
Nurse Oliver will sort of dust himself off after the transporter and get a tricorder out.
Frolic will give a couple directions to the hoplite team to stay on guard, basically protection orders.
I'll actually give a presence command roll difficulty 2 for Frolic. Brought down by 1 because of the hoplites.
All right. Trait of hoplite commander.
Brings it down to 0. Yep.
Strategy and tactics focus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Or momentum.
You now have the away team now has the advantage of well prepared as Starlight gives the orders to make sure everyone's on guard, and the hoplites kind of they basically follow the elbow of the rest of the away team. They very quickly go whoosh, and just rush around to everyone else and kind of stay on them. Even Telor, like they don't blink at the fact that they're Romulan Navy. They're like, nope, that's orders are to do this. That's what I'm doing. Almost like they're almost waiting for just in case they need to grab you and yank you away from something, or if you get knocked out, grab you and drag you from wherever. Oliver Bay base tricorder hums in the wide open space.
I was going to say, let's get a preliminary baseline scan here. And I'm assuming, we have an idea of what the inside of a Klingon station is supposed to be like. So, just I'm the scientist. I'm going to do that. It's useful. It's helpful, hopefully.
Reason plus science difficulty of, well, essentially 0, really, because it wasn't going to be brought down because the hoplites are here.
Oh. Wait, it's a security roll?
That says science.
Okay,
Hoplites count.
How the hell are bringing it down?
Hoplites count as basically being a detail of every discipline. That's why they cost so much.
That's right. It's been a minute since I've used them because as Rylov, I'm adamantly like, no. Right. Huh. Well, I don't know if she has any helpful traits here, but she might.
No.
All right.
Recent science puts you to 13.
Guile and cunning won't help. This isn't being kept a secret.
What was that again?
Guile and cunning won't be useful here. I'm not keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
Yet. She has bold science?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give you, it's a diff 2 soul, right?
Diff 0
one.
now.
0. Oh yeah, we'll give you a threat just for the sake of reroll and go for that.
Okay.
Yep, she's not.
No focus I can think of.
Yeah, I forget what she has as focuses anyway, so.
Yeah, exotic energy source technology, robotics, analysis, surveillance, small weapons, Romulan naval protocols.
I mean, yeah, Romulan naval protocols if it was I mean, in the argument of boarding a potentially hostile station and making sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary.
You could do that. It would raise the comp by
Okay.
rolling flat.
We'll erase the comp. And then there was the one threat for third die just to use bold science. Yep.
1 hit and 2 complications.
Are they both 20s or is one of them caused by a 19?
Both 20s.
Okay, so it doesn't even matter that I raised the complication. Okay.
There is 5 momentum on the table currently.
Yeah, but I don't particularly want to use all of that. Actually, she's got 2 determinations, right? She's got constant presence.
It would reset to 1 at the beginning of a new session.
She has constant presence.
Oh, that's why that's at 2. Never mind.
Yes. I don't know of a way a support character normally would gain extra anyway. So
Well, there are ways for any character to get multiple determinations. Just you don't hang on to extras into new sessions.
Okay, so I know one of them is essentially restore balance to the Empire, which doesn't actually apply here, I'm pretty sure.
No.
What's the other value again?
Survival has always been about being at least 1 step ahead.
That seems relevant.
Yep.
Given the situation is full of unknowns, and I want to know so that I'm ahead of that.
So re-rolling those 2, I presume?
Yes, please.
And the 1? Okay, re-rolling the 1 as well? No. 1 hit and a 0. So you have 2 hits overall.
And I do have the bolt still, so we'll feel spicy today and get another complication.
Hold on. I clicked away. There we go. Boop.
Please don't
and 1 more.
Oh, nice. Good. There we go. We made momentum for you. And I think that now gives us things. We've got float, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably ask for like a layout if we could scan for that.
Yeah, we'll find out what the base information is first, though.
So you scan that this is you are in one of the mid decks of the station, closer to the where the warp core is, rather than the command deck or the weapons deck, or the medical deck for that matter. Various decks around this space currently is, as I said, breathable space. There are various pockets of rooms that have lost environmental containment, so dangerous gases, collapsed passageways, so are kind of checkerboard one's ability to move around in the station. You can tell just from a glance. And there are a variety of strange energy readings across the station. The one thing that the tricorder does detect for sure is that there is rather dangerous levels of chronoton radiation in pockets across the station. Some chronoton radiation is normal on ships because that's how computers are able to calculate so fast, but it's usually like very, very low level, contained right around the CPU. Like it's super low. This much means means something is causing it. Like something is irradiating chronotons into various sections. even a full computer core breach, the most that would happen is your time would move a little slower or a little faster. Like there's not enough chronoton radiation generated in a computer core to cause massive temporal anomalies like that.
Huh. All right. So she'll look at that, then she'll look at Thralik, and I believe another one of your prime directives is being violated here, potentially by our interactions with it. Though at the moment, that hardly seems like it's going to change our course of action.
Please elaborate some, Lieutenant.
There is high amounts of chronoton radiation throughout the station in various pockets. Given the overall situation, I would think there is some temporal anomaly in effect, at least in some areas. And Starfleet had a lot of rules about that, as far as I recall.
Right, we'll do our best to steer clear of any areas that appear to be experiencing temporal distortion, if we can.
And as a question, actually, GM, are there life signs other than the one we know about?
Yes.
Hmm. And we do have other life signs. Are these identifiable life signs, as in like Klingons or something else that we know of, or are they unknown life signs at this point?
For a momentum, I can answer that.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. That was identify them if possible, if they are, identifiable.
Other than the one you're aware of, the rest are anomalous biological life sign.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, okay. Can I ask, what does that mean? Like, we can just detect that there is a clump of carbon flesh substance in that area?
It is either not a species we have encountered, or it is something of an abomination. I believe that would be more of your medical expertise to look at, as she'll just send that to their tricorders.
All right. Yeah, nurse. Oh God.
How many slugs do we have, by the way?
Elif
Yes.
is going to try to interpret this data and figure out what sort of non-Euclidean Lovecraftian body horror monster is here.
I
Nurse
just want to check
Oliver
that
will.
everything is before we let that waste,
Yeah.
because I can't see anything, remember? So,
You're at 6
is there-
momentum on the table.
okay, no more slug. Good. Unless anyone has a question for me to ask on the current thing. Anything anyone wants to know? Yes? No?
I mean, many things, but nothing I think that's relevant right now.
All right, nothing regarding that scan. Fair enough. As a useful thing, though, can I keep a track on those life signs so that we know if any of them are, right around the corner or about to jump us or be bumped into? If that's an advantage, that's an advantage. But I feel like it's useful to know before we get mugged by a Death Lord in a Klingon station.
For 2 momentum, you can establish that advantage, yeah, that you kind of have a proximity alert programmed into your scanner.
No, that sounds useful, and we'll just, hey, hoplite. Well, I can't send stuff directly to the hoplites. I'm sure that's going to be some other level of encryption, but I'm going to suggest that gets put onto the little things.
Yeah, the guy who's at Telor kind of nods and kind of he plugs in his tricorder to yours and then scrubs it as protocol and then sends it to the rest of the team.
Thank you.
Nods. I will say that your proximity sensor does let you know that some of those life forms on this deck. But they're not like around the corner or anything, but there are some on this deck.
All right, to the medical team.
Nurse
Hi.
Oliver will. He is to him, he is so far out of any level of any depth that he's been in. He's he lives in a lab. He's not.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
For sure. I will. Are you taking the lead on this, Ed?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say, Jim, I have a focus in biochemistry. Would that come in handy in identifying the biochemistry of a new alien?
It would, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to take the lead.
Genetics focus as an assist.
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find out if it's Klingon these things. Just a hunch, by the way. You know.
All right, diff 3, and I have nothing. So, okay. I used this analogy before that every threat he gains now is like of less value because he already has so much threat he can do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, one momentum, 2 threat. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is this quashed narrative? Is this narratively interesting,
Quash it.
or? But yeah, just quash it. Let's just quash it.
Jesus Christ.
So fast on the draw on
The
that.
narrative.
Sure, I'm detecting many friendly life forms. They appear to be inviting us to go to a birthday party.
It's like,
Oh,
oh, no wonder the Romulan couldn't identify them. They're just normal humans.
We're all normal here, aren't you? No.
That's their species name. Is Homo sapiens normal?
Normalis.
They're normies. So scans indicate after you read the scan rather, and you both kind of puzzle over what strange alien creature this is, and okay, coming from a genetic base, I can tell you that this does seem to have a Klingon baseline, which, in the sense that it's Kronos genetic base. So Targs could be Kronos based. They are related to Klingons in a super distant way. But then it starts deviating from Klingon very quickly, as these seem to be vacuum-bearing creatures. They are minuscule, bug-sized, like no bigger than your thumb. They seem to be exhibiting the biochemistry of fungus. And they seem to be in clusters, emitting various noxious spores. They do seem to be cluttered around various areas of biomass where Klingon life signs once were.
Okay.
Also, anywhere where food was, so like where the Tark pit was, where the were, same idea. Anywhere where there was biosigns, they grow.
This is a most fascinating result. These appear to be some sort of. I'm detecting what are obviously signs of Kronos RNA. Obviously, look at the formulation of that trihydroline. These appear to be some sort of fungal creature. They're clumped together around, as you'd expect for a fungus, the corpses of Klingons and areas of rotten food. I think this is some kind of new species of Kronosin fungus. I recommend we take many samples and bring them back to the Achilles for further study.
Yes, the things that apparently might have killed and eaten this crew.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you know how big of a breakthrough this could be?
Oliver will go because we all have personal shields, right?
Yep.
Can I? Oh no. I want to very quickly tune my shield to start strengthening it against spores. And saying as I do it, hey guys, start doing this now.
Control security. If everyone wants to tune it for that, the control security difficulty would be 3, brought down by 1 because the hoplites are here. Yep. As you notice, as that's called out, there are suddenly the things that were elsewhere on the deck. You notice some of these mushrooms suddenly crawling or rolling about, and then rapidly start entering into the room. You're entering combat.
Oh, delightful.
Can I argue engineering for this?
No, you cannot.
Oh.
Shield
Are we all
modulation is
making?
a
I'm
security
sorry. Are we
task.
all making this check?
Yeah, if you want to have your shields modulated specifically for these guys.
There's no button that says mutated Klingon fungus.
No,
No.
surprisingly not.
Well, I have some notes for the UX team.
Reverse engineering focus?
Yeah.
I mean, we're in combat rounds now as well, so.
Yeah. So you have to do that as. So if you want to tune it, you'd have to do it at turn.
Uh-huh.
As these things are coming in here to eat,
Us?
yes.
Yes.
You guys get to act first because the proximity you that they were rushing in.
I believe that's a security thing.
Perform.
There are 6 unique clusters of the and fungal masses.
Can I go or is someone else rolling?
Sounds like you.
Sounds like
All
you.
right, I'm going first. Difficulty 2. I have an 11. There's no, I don't, I'm not, there's no way I can spin you for any of my focuses. So,
Biochemistry of my shield. No,
3 threat.
So,
Sure,
in
why
that
not?
regard, they are tuning their shields to counter specifically biochemical things rather than energy.
hell, I joked about it, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It literally would not matter. Her security is 1.
Oh, never mind.
Oh. Well, fine. I'd try to help you anyway.
Love you too.
So yeah, your shields are extra effective against these creatures. What that means is that you, if you're a hit, your shield does not check to see if it pops.
Okay.
Do you wish to do a swift task?
Me? No.
Are you guys keeping the initiative?
Somebody have quick to action?
Do we have quick?
No, I'm a scientist. Does Kino have it? I don't think Kino has it.
I'm checking. See if Kino has it.
I don't think he does.
I don't think so either.
You know, I didn't realize we were yet in combat. I probably wouldn't have gone first and let a main character go. I'm sorry.
No, I actually think getting the medical personnel to be more damage proof is good.
Put on your
Okay.
own mask
Okay.
before you help someone else with theirs.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Protects the cleric. I know. Okay.
Geek the mage. Wait, wrong.
Hmm.
If we would do that, then I would. If we could keep, I would go next.
It's 2
It's
momentum
It's just
or
2
2 threat.
momentum, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Take it for
it's 2 momentum. Go ahead. Keep yourself
Okay.
safe, buddy.
I mean, the same thing, same kind of deal as biochemistry. I would have genetics.
And you were part of the scan, so yeah, makes sense.
Again, it does no difference, but security is 1. So.
I love being
Oh.
generous when it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I will do. Yeah, we'll do 3 threat.
Certainly.
God. Okay. Wow.
Yep. You're able to improve your shield
And then I would love to swift task if I could.
for 2.
Yeah. That's so the chart. Okay. So that would be my action, right? Is doing that thing for my shield.
Yeah,
So I would-
you had an action to tune your shield. Swift action gives you another action to do at a higher difficulty.
I will. Can I use a minor action to maneuver?
You certainly could. Where are you going?
I would love to go against, put my back against this wall.
Okay.
Yeah, I will spend what I need to spend to swift task, unless I already did. No, I didn't. Okay.
You did. You did.
Oh, okay, cool. What range are these people from me?
They are long currently. You're in a big cargo area, so.
Okay. I know that I'm sort of messing around with sort of minor actions, but could I have instead just moved like slightly over here?
Like so like.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have to be like here if you medium.
We're gonna stay there.
Okay. Like you might be here when you like your character might back to the wall, then moved over and then move back, but essentially you want to be there.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm blinking on my minor actions. I would like to take a minor action to like, I know that there's like a hide, not a hide. It's like hunker down. That's what I meant. That's what I want to do.
I believe that's a minor. 1 second.
I know it's one that people don't use very often, but when you're a very squishy doctor, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I've been trying to look for the combat minor action table, if that exists.
Aim, draw, drop prone, interact, movement, prepare, stand. If you wanted to take cover behind something, it's actually a task.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to spend for another minor action to. I'm going to charge my phaser to area, if I could.
Would you all have? I don't know if you all would have your phase.
Hmm?
Because you don't beam with phasers out. Generally.
He gets a minor to draw.
Yeah.
May I
Jesus
suggest
Christ.
instead of going to shoot,
Mhm.
maybe analyze whether shooting is a good idea.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Minor action, I guess. Scan, like technically, it would be like a scan action or like a scan for weaknesses thing.
That'd be your regular action.
Yep.
And I won't make you spend a minor to take your tricolor out because I presume you and the two nurses had the tricolors out reading what Talora was telling them. So that one I'm willing to give you.
Okay, cool.
So you are attempting to essentially, in combat terms, you're doing a combat task of creating an advantage, essentially. So it is reason plus medicine, difficulty of 3. It would be 2, but you're doing this as a swift task.
Okay. Genetics as a focus.
Oh, I'm sorry. That goes down to 2 because the hobbits are here.
Yay. Genetics as a focus.
Add a complication increase.
Internal medicine would be my only other one.
Complication increase.
Yeah, take it.
Okay.
Then I will give you. Jeez. I will. Sorry, guys, I'm taking so long. I will do 1 threat.
Hey, better to think out what you're doing than fire for. You did the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. You generated.
And you're scanning to see if shooting at them is a good idea?
I'm scanning at them to see if I can I guess that would be my first thought. Yes. And then
you're looking for a weakness.
I'm looking for a weakness. Looking for a weakness. Yeah.
From what your scans tell you, they don't have any special detect.
And clarifying question before I spend momentum to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
these are like small insectoid,
S-
or
there are a bunch of mushrooms that are rolling and using their puffs of spore to kind of make themselves of spores to kind of move themselves around, and they're big. They're like the size of a bug, like they're very, very tiny. So these things are masses of them, all kind of propelling each other and rolling across the cargo bay floor.
Do they have
Okay.
anything resembling a nervous system, or are they one of those?
That sounds
animal-
like another question that caused momentum and is a different scan.
I guess
I mean, I'm
this is just me
curious.
thinking out loud as a player. I guess it implies that like they're like social insects. They have to be arranged into some sort of colony if they're acting as like an independent organism, you know? So maybe if we scan, we can find like the queen fungus, and if we blow that up, the thing disintegrates.
I
Alien
will
rules?
I will say the advantage that you create is that you get the feeling from scans. It does regular phaser fire is enough, and they are clustered together. Like each of these clusters are clustered up together enough that if you fire a phaser shot into it, you're gonna get a huge chunk of them in one blast. So that's kind of the weakness. If anything, you would almost think it would have been wiser if they wanted to minimize damage to themselves, spread out into a bunch of distinct little things. But for some reason, they're clustered into big lumps, which makes it easier to shoot them as a group rather than having to do an area attack to hit a bunch. You can shoot at one cluster, and you're basically burning through a huge chunk of them anyway. Because heat transfers through them. If you're using bullets, you'd be screwed. The fact you're using heat weapons, the heat's gonna transfer through all of them fairly quickly, especially at higher settings.
Oliver sort of shouts out as everybody sort of hops into action. Guys, phasers will work if you need it. And then I will just sort of I will keep my tricorder in my hand, but then be slowly until my next turn reaching for my phaser.
Okay, turn goes to me. I gain a threat.
Oh.
As one of them, these things practically rock and repel themselves across the floor or through the air and laying next to Oliver. Swift task.
Oh no.
Yeah, guys.
Oh god. What are you doing?
This is a lethal attack.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God.
On the plus side, it's an opposed roll.
Don't do it.
Daring plus security. As they attempt to, well, not consume, that hasn't happened yet, but to engulf Nurse Oliver.
Don't worry, consume
happened
comes
yet.
later.
It's it's less you trying to hit or kick any one particular fungi. It's you just very quick trying to brush them off before they start infiltrating into the suit. Like your suit is blaring warnings, biohazard, warning. It's like, oh no, get away from me, get off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and well,
Jesus Christ.
I'm go I don't want to give you any more threat now, so I suppose I will. I'm gonna spend the rest of our momentum, guys. I just need to. This is my one guy, so I will spend 3 momentum for 2 dice.
Okay.
Elith is going to call out, like, be sure to take notes on your experience. It could be a
Oh
good
my
data
God.
set.
God damn it.
Yep. That's what I got.
Oh god,
Oh
why did
my
I roll
God.
that good?
Oh
no! Oh, the
4
fungus is
hits.
inside the suit. Oh.
Well, hey, that mean. Oh gosh.
Oh no! How is that? your target number is lower than a 13?
3, 6, 9, 7. That's 4 hits.
Yikes.
It would be 5 hits if it was lower than 13.
Okay. I have nothing on my sheet that I can do to affect that.
Take
So.
my 2 threats.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
And then the pain.
Don't. Oh.
There's so much threat.
Barbie, come on. You can't kill me this early. No.
Early,
Oh.
3 hours into the session.
What? What?
I mean, it's history of a character.
Oh.
Nurse Oliver a baby? More like Oliver a bye-bye.
Damn it.
That was bad.
That was really good.
Two opinions.
I was angling at the same thing, I think.
Oliver, a fungi?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yep. That's expensive, but
No, you want to make a point. I get it.
We knew the risk going in.
I'm dead. Fully dead. Full dead.
oh
Just taking
god,
it.
where am I going? Where am I going? No, roll 20, stop. I just clicked away. I'll be back.
So I have 9 stress.
Mm-hmm.
You have
that
armor.
is-
I think it's all gone though. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
It's like
5. Yeah, it's-
18.
It's all gone.
Yeah, that's double my stress track. So, all right, well,
Rip.
You live and learn, and then you get wrecked.
Oliver baby is consumed, and you notice
Notice what?
you cut out.
Oh, it got bigger.
as it seems the
Okay.
swarm seems to grow in size.
Does he have a lethal injury or is he dead?
I'm dead.
He needs a cortical stimulator. He took
Okay.
a lethal injury and then took, so he's at at
Mostly dead.
permadead.
Okay.
You could avoid and turn it into just a regular leaf, but it would cost so much. It would cost 2 plus each delta I rolled.
Nope. Hello.
Does he have a determination that can be used?
No.
No. Can I ask what's happening to him? Because fungi don't have mouths or claws or anything. Are they just suffocating him by surrounding him?
They suddenly go on top of him, and then they start as they're pushing with their spores as a sort of propellant. They start jamming themselves into every nook and cranny of the suit until eventually something gives. And then once one's inside, gets touching his body, it starts draining him of all proteins until it starts creating more mushrooms.
No. No.
You even see them hit the shield and it buzzes and then it pops and then there's that half second row. Oliver's like, "Oh, I should be fine," and then, "Oh, no, I'm not."
So is the suit really stuffed right now? It's not mushroom in it.
Just for that,
Yeah.
keeping initiative.
There's surprisingly enough mushrooms on the ship now, and they're going straight for Erlen.
They all beam over and attack Arlen.
Is this
Well-
revenge for the Indolans?
3, 4, 5. Actually, no. This is semi-random. What they were.
Oh god.
Are you punishing
Oh.
me for stepping away from the group or what?
No. Damn it. All right. Well. Hold on.
Going after the other nurse?
No, I get 2 threat because they sprint
Don't
across
kill
the
my
floor.
nurse.
Oh, they're not going for the nurse.
They're going for this ionic one.
They're going for Thralic.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, hi. I
Spend-
can't help you with that.
Spend 2 to swift task.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. GM, before you take your action, I need to check something.
Sure.
Oh, and worth noting, GM. Also, you would have gotten 1 fewer threat.
Oh, you're
for
right.
Your
Yep.
previous attack because you would swift task.
You're right.
So I never remember I can use it for this, but can I use precautions for Nurse Abebe? Would
Don't do
negating the injury there?
Well, she gets, if you die, she gets dinged anyway.
Yeah.
It works better for the story.
When an
if I
ally
just die.
suffers an injury or a ship suffers, so you can't do it for an ally.
Yeah, I know I can do it for an ally, but would preventing the injury here help with that amount of stress?
It would turn it from an insta death into just lethal, so they have until be saved.
Okay, then
So
yes, I will use precautions here.
What was your precautions?
My precaution has to do with the hoplites who are at everybody's shoulder. Laying down, it's going to be kind of reflexive, so it probably isn't going to do that much damage, but it's going to be a wide beam phaser shot that kind of disrupts the attack enough.
Like they rush over a baby and they look like they're going, and the hoplite just blinks like, "What the? Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot!" And Oliver's like, "No, no!" Collapses to the ground and just doesn't know what to do, so he goes, "Screw it," and just fires a shot into Oliver, which that's not great for him either, but it does burn. It does scare off the mushrooms enough that the fungi enough that Oliver isn't completely consumed, but he doesn't look good, and then he starts backing off, starts firing randomly into the group. Nope, stay away from me. Or
Probably,
actually
like,
shooting to kind of
swap.
protect Oliver.
Probably swapped the phaser onto the old Dominion War changeling setting to the phaser sweep thing.
Yeah. Little help, little help.
So he takes a phaser to the chest, but that's a lot better than shiitake to the chest.
Well, the changeling beam doesn't really hurt people.
Yeah.
It stings a little, but
Still not great
Isn't it?
for him. So yeah. Well, you
So
save
yeah,
a baby.
Things swinging at me now. Yeah.
Oh, and lethal.
baby's
Yep.
probably missing their eyebrows now from that phaser.
He's in a vac suit, so not really. Eva suit, not a vac suit, same thing.
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Before all that, I screwed up.
Oh, no.
So, a baby had
Yeah.
2 hits. I had 4.
Yeah.
You got 1 free hit because I swift. You got another free hit because the hoplites are here. We're
Oh,
tied.
you're tied.
They tied.
No fucking way.
I just thought of that. I forgot about them entirely. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
They're
Damn.
so yeah. No. You're not trying to hurt them. They're trying to hurt you, and they're not gonna complicate themselves because they're just trying to eat.
So are you gonna take back all that? You'll need to take back all that threat you spent on that attack, on the damage for that, right?
Oh shoot, you're right. Yeah, that'll be their base damage. So, I might as well spend
Okay.
it now.
Yeah, sure.
So that phaser shot, it's just that last minute. The guy's stepping back, he's shooting at them to kind of get it back, and Oliver just kind of makes a noise, and the hoplite basically, I'm like, oh, you're still alive.
Well, you get to keep your
Yeah, so I still have precautions up then, I
Yes.
guess.
Hot damn.
So this
Okay.
one comes after Thralic.
Yeah.
Now I attack.
Uh-huh.
Oh
No, better you than me.
So I get to contest this, you're saying.
yes.
Cool.
Oh, what? So, am I dead?
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
In fact, you have not
Ugh.
taken damage.
Great. All right. Perfect.
Whoops! I didn't wait for you to buy your stuff. Oh well.
Well,
Wasn't going to change anything. You'd already bought a full net.
yeah. Trait of Hoplite Commander.
Yeah.
All right. Trait of Calm the Storm. This appears to be a bit of a storm.
It's a spot of bad weather. I wouldn't call it a storm.
Yes.
I'll say no here.
It's a mycelial storm.
As opposed to a mycelial storm. Which
Nah.
Uh-huh.
He's a funny guy.
Nah, Mistelli is
Um,
quite far away from this, and thankful for it.
Oh. Sorry, did not actually mean to click that. I'm not rolling 2.
Well, there's your first 2 die. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the next question is can we take these mushrooms, smoke them in the engineering room, and get to spore drive?
I don't know. So Jim, how many hits is it that you've rolled here?
I wouldn't say at this stage
Okay.
because normally I wouldn't have rolled at this point.
Okay.
But you can take an educated guess or two from what I rolled.
A few.
At least one.
Okay,
Just
so I
a
have
couple.
one free hit right now.
The
We essentially
hoplite-
have 3 free hits. One from
Yeah.
Commander, one from the Hoplites, and another because I swifted.
Mm-hmm. So I'm 3 up. Checking to see if any of my other traits should apply here. I don't think so. Common storm down. I don't think Relentless comes into play yet.
Not yet, no.
Yeah. Okay. So focus in strategy and tactics.
Yep.
All right. I will buy full mit with threat.
6 goes to me.
Okay, so that's 3 plus 4 is 7 hits.
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits for me.
All right. Can I deal damage back?
You can roll unarmed.
I did bring a knife with me.
You
You
wouldn't
don't
have
have
had
it out.
You wouldn't have it drawn though.
Fair.
Tragically.
Yeah.
Tragicarious.
I actually don't have an unarmed on my sheet. I'm just adding that real quick.
And the Ushan is 2 dice plus your security and vicious.
So you're stabbing the fungal mass?
Well, no,
Oh, she's
technically I'm
punching into the
probably
mob.
kicking them.
Okay.
Thralic is throwing hands with the fungus.
And unarmed is just 1 challenge die plus your security, right?
Yep.
Roll that.
Beth.
One momentum for an extra damage. See if that makes any effect.
It seems to take the extra stress, but no injury occurs.
All right.
You are smushing them and crushing them and stuff, but it's that you bruise quite a few of them and make them back off a bit. So this, but it's not enough to disperse the cluster.
All right.
The mechanical answer to that is non-lethal.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take non-lethal injuries.
Gotcha.
That is their turns. It goes to the friendlies. Who's next?
Someone with a gun, preferably.
Yeah, either me or Kino. Do we know who's playing Kino right now? Or
Nope.
Okay, then I'll take a couple shots.
I'm just saying, there's a couple in that bottom right area you could toast together.
Yep, that's the plan.
All right.
Nice
Roasty
cheese with
toasty.
them. As we roast them.
Yeah. So difficulty to hit these two, GM.
Oops, sorry, I was muted. +1.
All
Because
right.
that long.
I'm going to charge for area. And going to buy an extra minor action to aim. And then focus in. That's strategy and tactics here again, actually.
Yep. Pardon me.
I will buy a third die with threat. And I will try and trigger the trait Hoplite Commander again here.
Yep. You also get
Alright.
another free hit because the hoplites are here.
Hoplite team, yeah, I was about to as well. So this is a diff 1 shot. With 3 dice. And I have an accurate reroll, so there we go. That's 4 momentum.
4 momentum.
I can do that while pencil there.
Okay, thank you.
4 momentum, and I'm taking both of these, presumably, hopefully. Let's roll the type 3.
That's enough for the area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that's 7 damage.
Oh, was that a lethal shot, by the way?
I'll give you the right, yeah.
Yep.
Because I learned that, so I.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Yep, you vaporize both swarms.
All right. I will pay 2 momentum and swift.
Okay.
To do that again, and I will pay 1 to gain accurate again, with another minor action.
Okay.
Which one should I take out here? Let's see. I will take out this one. Well, I'll shoot this one. This time it's going to be a difficulty 2. Everything's still applied. Because of the swift.
Lethal shot.
Lethal shot. And I will buy the extra die with that last point of momentum.
You take that fungus out.
Yeah.
to dinner. Make it the dinner. Eat the mushroom.
Hey, actually, quick question, GM. Can I apply Relentless on the second shot?
Yes.
So difficulty 1 again. Wow. Okay, accurate. Reroll those 2.
Yeah, that's what it's useful for.
Uh-huh. I rolled a comp and a 19.
You have a rifle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a rifle from being a hoplite.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a hoplite deployment. Wow.
That's just
Wow.
disappointing.
You rolled
That's
the
a
exact
19
same
and a 20
thing.
again.
So this is where the other reroll comes in.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I mean, I'm still doing it. I just have a comp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nope, I don't have any of the things that allow me to ignore a comp. Do I want to spend a determination?
Did
on
Frolic
this?
have bold security or something? No, command, isn't it now?
No, I don't. I actually don't have any bold.
Oh,
All my
shit.
stuff is about assisting or directing.
Yeah, okay.
So I respect the character into command completely.
Yeah.
Do I have a way to deal with this? I don't have a way aside from determination.
Precaution?
And-
No. It doesn't help with complications, I lie.
doesn't. Yeah, I am gonna have to let that stand. I think. Hold on, wait.
Please
Waiting.
don't turn it. I'm not going to finish that sentence so the Jim will do it.
Yeah.
I'll say it later.
Yeah, I'll just let that stand. Generate 1 momentum.
Okay. You will hit them. The phaser shot will hit. Roll your damage.
All right.
Pew. You're looking at 4 damage currently,
Uh-huh.
which wouldn't be enough to vaporize them.
And you're 1 to reroll, maybe?
Yeah. I'll spend the 1 I made to reroll those 4.
That is enough to vaporize them.
This weapon really thinks it has vicious right now.
But that's what I have.
All right,
I'm
what
just
comp are you
waiting
hitting
for
me with
complications.
here, GM?
Yeah.
As you fire the second shot, Thralic kind of hears a very familiar sound from her rifle and tosses it away from herself as the mushrooms must have done some damage to the crystal focus matrix. So it was able to fire a couple times without any incident, but that second shot at high energy intensity was enough to breach the chamber. So the whole thing basically turns into a mini explosive. Thankfully, it's very small when you throw it, especially since you throw it away from yourself. It's 2 stress. Your armor and stuff takes it. However, that does force you to check a challenge die to see if your shield pops.
All right, so I just rolled a lot of challenge dice, and they all came up as
Yes, they did.
chevrons. So do we think that's good or bad luck?
We'll find out, won't we?
Hey,
Your shield holds.
my shield holds. I rolled all the chevrons out of my system.
I didn't need to finish saying my sentence. The GM said what I was thinking anyway. Of essentially turning the gun into a grenade.
Yeah.
So
I was like, it's a small complication. It's like, 2 stress damage. It might not do anything. It might just brick itself.
yeah. But I believe that's all of them. Well, they're either dead or they've gone, right?
There's one more.
Oh, is there?
There's one more that
Yeah.
hasn't acted yet.
Oh. I managed to get Roll20 up on my phone. I just can't see it, and it must be hidden under these ridiculously oversized tokens. The red alert thing is just massive on mobile for some reason.
Wow.
So do you all wish to keep?
We could.
If
I don't fancy someone
keep,
going down.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
metagaming or not, but if we keep, can't we kill the last one who hasn't acted?
Correct. I think we should for that reason.
Yeah, let's kick its ass.
Right.
Power
It's been
me.
2.
Definitely get that.
Somebody want to roll for Kino?
No, I was
Yeah,
gonna say Dwarf, but yeah. Whoever does it.
Can I do it?
Do it. Yeah, go for it. Go for Kino.
Awesome. Do you think she has like really good opinions on cinema?
Probably really likes making microwave films.
I can't be the first person who's made that observation.
Oh, you are
Um,
actually.
Oh, okay.
You get the bad joke award.
I
we
think I
call it
get
the
that
author.
many of these sessions.
That joke was not.
Hey, I
heated.
resemble that remark.
Okay, wait, okay, is she a shooter or a puncher? Fire at
Yes.
will. Body armor and bludgeon.
But she also has a rifle
Um,
because she's a hoplite, so
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Which one is the one that hasn't gone? I'll just shoot it. I will aim
This
and
one
then
up
shoot
here.
it. Okay, I will aim with my rifle and then pull the trigger.
Okay, so
and I believe
normally it'd be
she-
diff 3 becomes diff 2 because the hoplites are here.
Does Kino not have a talent that also helps further with that?
I think Fire at Will does. Let me
Mm,
check.
no, that only
Oh.
helps if she has to fire again.
Ah.
Wait,
Then
Beautiful.
she just has bolt security.
yeah, I got this. It's diff 3, right?
You got this.
Yeah.
Diff 2.
Okay. Diff 2. Okay.
Is that including lowered by 1 from the hoplites?
Yeah.
I think so. All right. A focus and hand phasers.
Yep.
All right. Take a threat.
Are you making it
And-
lethal?
Yes. Okay, and we get another reroll because I aimed.
Mhm.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit tired, and she does not have a rifle programmed in. Razor rifle.
Here, I can just roll mine because we have the same security score, if you'd like.
Go ahead.
Razor rifle should be
There
4
we go.
dice.
1,
and-
2, 3, 4. Yep, that's enough to vaporize them.
All right. Yeah. She's gonna, get down on one knee and go, pew, and it's gonna explode like the thing from the season finale of TNG, where they get the awesome puppet for 1 second. This is what's gonna happen to it.
They just got the Mythbusters to put a little explosive among a bunch of.
It's like a little bit of like a horror movie gore practical effect that comes out of nowhere. They never do it again.
But it looks really cool for those 3 frames.
The
Want to
turn.
say, in some countries they cut off that moment because it was too bloody for TV. But anyways,
The turn can't go to the enemy. It automatically goes to the friendlies. So there are still 2 hostiles on the floor.
I'm
I
gonna
think
pull out a
Evan-
disruptor.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Talora.
Sorry, Ben. I was like, there's a disruptor. I need to use it.
Have gun will travel.
Shoot the biggin.
I mean, there's one right in front of me.
True.
That would be a diff 2 shot. Diff 1 because there's a hoplite at your elbow.
We'll save the big one
And-
for you, Ben.
Oh yeah, I have to grab your character. Well, 1 second. you
Yeah, kind of. Wait, I might be able to use this character sheet on my phone. Aha.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. clearly the trait of Star Navy for meeting new and exotic species and killing them?
No. Funny, but no.
Well,
I
it's
had to.
inaccurate.
I really had to.
I thought that was the Klingons.
N- they have that in common. Well, small weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, so you acknowledge the Romulans are an inferior and barbaric culture?
No,
Wow.
Shooting for
that is
lethal.
nowhere. Yes, that would be a useful thing. So yeah, we'll spend the one to go lethal. You can't really aim with a disruptor pistol. I mean, you can. It doesn't have the accurate benefits. What does aiming again do?
Let you reroll one of the dice.
Unless it's
Oh,
accurate,
right.
then you can reroll all
Accurate
of them.
lets you do all of them. Yes, that's correct.
Right.
I don't know what our things look like right now, by the way.
Or things.
Momentum threat. I'm bet.
Oh,
Yeah.
37 threat to momentum.
Okay. Let me double check a thing. Can I actually swap targets to the big one? Now I just thought of something.
Well, there's two big ones. There's one next to Throlic and there's
That one, the one next to no, neither of them got bigger. Shit, that's right, because it didn't eat the guy, so it didn't get bigger. Haha.
right.
Yes. Sorry, never mind. I'll give you a momentum bow and use science instead of security. For did the reading. I get she's read something about, using a disruptor against mushroom-like structures or fungal structures.
Fair enough.
Sorry, that's just amusing to me. And then I will give you a threat for bold science.
Taking threat.
As I shoot this scientifically. I don't know if that is going to go through or not.
It did. Yep.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, she hit it a lot.
Gain. Yeah, you got it. Roll damage. Yeah. That's enough. They get vaporized.
Nice.
And then the turn, I believe, rotates to Ven.
I am. Ooh, thank you for all that sweet, sweet momentum. I'm gonna spend.
Yeah. This is really fun.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. Go for lethal. And he's going to shoot his phaser at the big guy.
I believe you owe me an extra momentum threat because I imagine you didn't have yours out.
Yes. Then I will absolutely do that.
Well, had he used a minor action at that point?
Hmm.
I had not used I hadn't used a minor action for anything.
Oh, you're right. You can just draw. You're right. I'm full of crap. Yep.
That's what Talora just did as well. Was she had to draw it? But...
I mean, I am going to then spend a minor for vicious, to charge for
Yep.
To charge for vicious, but that's neither here nor there. Control security time.
Should be down 3 momentum because he bought dice with it. Pin.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a hit. So you gain a momentum because of the hot blades. Roll
Cool.
your damage.
Hold on.
4 isn't
I am
enough.
going. Huh?
4 isn't enough, just in case you're wondering.
I am going to not Legion of Honor. Here it is. I'm gonna spend the cluster on my Medal of Honor. gain 2 bonus momentum, spend 1 to reroll 4.
I will. Thank you.
There we go. And then I suppose do these things have resistance? Oh,
No.
not like it mattered.
And as you vaporize the last cluster,
Uh-oh. Where did all the threat go? Oh no.
they start pouring out from the halls, from the walls.
The window.
No
To the
windows.
walls.
And as they all is able to get back with the rest of the team, and there's this moment of, oh no, you're getting overwhelmed. You hear, up here! And you look over and you see a shouting at you and waving at you as he drops a ladder down to you. And the away team, the scene ends as the away team, I imagine, doesn't stay to fight for glory and runs for the damn ladder and flees the cargo bay.
Yeah. I'm going
Yeah.
to make the executive decision as the executive officer that yes, we do that.
Run away. In the words of a great leader. Run away, run away.
And that is the end of the episode.
Eventually, we'll